home again. Capture this beautiful trend at Faye's Furniture and Floor Covering in Hardington. From soft, inviting sofas to flooring that grounds your space in warmth and comfort. Come in, see it, touch it, and imagine it in your home. Faye's Furniture and Floor Coverings, where the new neutrals are anything but boring.
Do you suffer in pain? Are you stiff, tense, or less active than before? Introducing the EasyWell Remedy Massage System that combines the incredible effects of vibrational therapy, targeted deep tissue shiatsu massage, plus soothing infrared heat. A triple fusion of therapeutic experiences. Full body vibrational therapy increases blood circulation and reduces inflammation. Look at these beads moving from the powerful vibrational motors.
It's like a
Special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. CN Sports is presented by Teammates Mentoring. Join the team, be a mentor. Go to teammates.org today. And by Faith Health, high standard, higher calling.
Championship Wednesday at the State Senior Legion Baseball Tournament in Pender, Nebraska. It is the home team, Equity Bank Post 55, taking on the four-time defending champs from Malcolm, Post 354. Live from Dave Nitschke Field in lovely Pender, Nebraska, alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. Lou, it is no surprise that Malcolm is in the championship game. What is surprising is how they got here from the elimination bracket for the first time. They had won 22 straight games at the state tournament before they lost to Pender on Monday. Now they get a chance for a manner of revenge.
Well, one thing that Coach Soderberg told me before the game, I asked him, is your team confident? I mean, you've won all these games. You've been a dynasty. You're coming out of the loser's bracket. That's unusual. But he said he's excited about it. But he said one thing that affected him maybe a little bit was the crowd, the Pender crowd. The entire town is out here. And that's something to look for. They're going to be ready and excited for, maybe the Pender to knock these guys off.
Both of these teams have already played today. Weather delay. We could have another game tomorrow. We'll get into all that. We'll talk starting lineups, get you set for all the action coming up. You're watching the Class C Senior State Championship on News Channel Nebraska.
Expert therapy that keeps life in motion.
I'm joined today by Ann Zimmerman. She's an occupational therapist. We're talking about therapy after breast cancer. That might not be something many people are considering. Why is it important?
Well, it's important for numerous reasons. First of all, if a patient has had any lymph nodes removed along with their surgery for breast cancer, we want to educate them on lymphedema prevention. And lymphedema is basically an abnormal progressive swelling of any body part, but specific to breast cancer, it would be that arm that's affected because many times they've had some lymph nodes removed with that surgery again. So we're teaching them the early signs and symptoms of lymphedema, which could be some heaviness in that arm, again, swelling possibly, maybe their range of motion is not quite as good, they can't reach up. So we're teaching them those early signs and symptoms, first of all, so that they can come in and get therapy for that if they do notice those. We're also, many times, part of the prevention process is possibly giving them a sleeve, a compression sleeve, again for prevention, teaching them when to wear it, when not to wear it, all those things. And then again, just to prevent that swelling in that arm, to just help that lymph system pump any fluid out. There's exercises that they can do. Again, the muscles help pump any fluid up out of that arm. So there's exercises and movements that they can do with their hand and their arm to bring any fluid up and out so that it doesn't accumulate in that arm. And then also making sure that their range of motion is good after surgery. So surgery and or radiation can kind of change the tissue structure and everything. So we want to make sure they have full range of motion of their shoulder joint. They could reach into cabinets, do the activities that they still want to do. So all of those things we're kind of looking at and working on with a patient after they've had breast cancer surgery.
Now, this is something where folks have already gone through some difficult experiences, but this is another important step in recovery.
It is. It's something good just to know about. I always emphasize to my patients, especially when they first come in to see me for a prevention visit, right after that, they don't have lymphedema. This is something that we're preventing. But prevention is really key because once a person is diagnosed with lymphedema, there's actually no cure. So you can manage it and treat it, but there's no cure for it. So it's really just trying to do everything you can in your power to really try to make sure that that lymph system remains healthy. You're taking good care of your skin, things like that on that arm as well.
And thanks so much for sharing this important information with us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The yellow jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people, we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
When quality matters, it starts at Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine. They're known for the highest quality beef, carefully aged to perfection, alongside fresh, vibrant produce, and a deli famous for fresh, never frozen fried chicken. It's quality you can see. Home of Scotty's Meat RX. Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine, Nebraska. A better cut every time.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Bank of the Valley. Together we go further. Visit one of their locations or check them out online at bankofthevalley.com. And by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today.
Washington needs Nebraska common sense more than ever. That's why Pete Ricketts is taking on both parties to ban congressional insider trading. Ricketts introduced the law to stop corrupt politicians from gaming the system and lining their own pockets. Career politicians hate it. Washington insiders want to kill it. But Ricketts will never stop fighting for what's right. Call Pete Ricketts. Thank him for fighting to stop insider trading and keep standing for Nebraska.
Back at Nitschke Field in Pender, getting set for what could be the championship game of the 2026 State Legion Senior Baseball Tournament alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. There you see Malcolm, the four-time defending champs. Lou, they did not surrender a run last year. They have been so dominant in Class C, but on Monday, they fell to Pender 3-1, and now they're going to try to win from the elimination bracket. Here's how they do that. They would have to win today. If Malcolm wins today, these two teams play again tomorrow on this field. If that happens, you'll see the game right here on NCN. But Lou, if you're Pender, you're in the driver's seat. This is exactly where they want to be, unbeaten coming into this matchup. They were victorious earlier today, 5-2 against Centura to advance to this championship game, eliminating Centura. Malcolm beat Hartington in the first game of the day here. They had to do a triple header because of weather. Malcolm won that game 2-1. So here you go, the two teams who, by win-loss record, a lot of folks figured would probably be here. Pender coming in 29-8, Malcolm 27-11. But it's been a while since Malcolm's lost 11 games in a season. This is kind of an inexperienced crew, Lou, but we know what Malcolm brings. This is a talented baseball team with a lot of great tradition, and no doubt the moment will not be too big for them this evening.
Well, Coach Hildeberg told me that he's only losing a couple of guys.
Yeah.
So his team's probably going to be back again next year. I think if you're Pender, I think the one thing you have to think about a little bit, you're playing a team with this pedigree, you want to put them away. You want to do it tonight.
Yeah.
You don't want to go into a winner-take-all game against a team like Malcolm, and because the pressure kind of goes over to you at that point. I think tonight is the night if you're Pender. Not that they couldn't win tomorrow. They certainly could. They're a very good team. But just mentally, I think you want to take care of business. You want to beat the dynasty that is Malcolm and take care of it tonight.
At our ceremonial first pitch, a little low. I'll call it a strike. We'll say a check swing.
Yeah.
I'll call it a check swing strike, and we'll get underway here. Pender is the home team in that this is their facility. They are the road team, though, on the scoreboard in this game. Malcolm will be the home team on the scoreboard, both teams wearing their home whites. That's Pender right there on the left side of your screen in the baby blues. Malcolm with the white hats and the darker blues. Let's talk starting lineups as Malcolm will be taking to the field first. One reason I think if you're both of these teams, especially Pender, you want to end it tonight. These are not aces that are starting for either team on the mound. Their aces have kind of already gone, so they can't go. For Malcolm, your starting pitcher is going to be Mason Ziegler. He finished their game earlier against Hartington in the 9th inning, so he will be the starting pitcher. There you see Malcolm's starting lineup when they come up to bat. Carson Frank had a RBI in that victory. They scored their 2 runs with 2 outs in the first inning against Hartington. That held up. They got a gem from their pitcher, Chase Smith, who went 6 2/3 and got the win. Smith obviously not on the mound in this one. There you see the Equity Bank, the Pender starters. Their starter on the mound will be Bowdy Burhoop. He has not started a game in this tournament. He came in relief in their win against Hartington over the weekend, went 4 1/3, got the win in relief. So both of these pitchers have some experience under their belt, Lou, but none of them have taken the mound to start the game. But I think for both of these coaches, I mean, I would not be surprised to see the bullpens getting some work here tonight.
Yeah, I think certainly for Malcolm, you got to win this game. So you're probably going to have a short leash. One thing, again, Coach Soderberg was telling me as far as Mason Ziegler, he's pitched 23 innings. He's got 23 strikeouts. So he's got good stuff. He's got a good fastball, good curveball. And the key, I think, is try to keep this Pender team off balance and certainly locate that strike zone. And as far as Burhoop, Coach Schuster was telling me that both these pitchers are juniors. They're younger players. But he says he's got a lot of confidence in Burhoop. Burhoop has pitched well also. I didn't have any stats on him, but listening to Coach Schuster, I think he feels pretty confident with Burhoop on the mound here tonight.
Yeah, Burhoop came on in relief. Pender had fallen behind to Hartington in that game. They ended up winning big, but Trevor Trimble, the starter, struggled, gave up 6 runs in 2 innings. Burhoop came on, pitched 4 1/3 scoreless innings in relief. Then Pender's offense started to come alive, really helped turn that game around and keep them in the winner's bracket. You see the team spotlights there for both of these teams. We are set to go. It is Malcolm against Pender, your Nebraska Public Power District matchup, NPPD. Always there when you need them. Leading things off for Pender will be the shortstop, Jake Schuster, a lefty digging in, and we are underway. The championship has begun outside 1-0, the count to Schuster.
Well, I think if you're Pender again, you want to try to get on these guys early and chase Zager if you can.
Schuster led off the earlier game against Centura, was 0 for 3, did score though, reached on an error. That one catches the zone. Now 2 balls, 1 strike to the Pender leadoff hitter.
I think key for both pitchers is to, stay calm and maintain, good control.
That one off the glove at second. Schuster will beat the throw. Leadoff runner is aboard for Pender. Call that an infield single, post 55 on base early.
Yeah, that's got to be a hit. That's a tough play. Certainly had a chance to get in, but that's a tough play. And a good start here for Pender and Schuster getting a base hit. Get on base and try to make some hay early.
Brings up Trevor Trimble. He was 0 for 2, but also scored. A lot of unearned runs in Pender's 5-2 win over Centura earlier today, squaring to bunt, but got under it. 0-1 the count. Schuster aboard.
At this level, bunting is such a priority. I mean, it's funny how the high school kids can bunt. You get up to the pros, there's guys that just don't know how to do it.
Don't see it a lot.
No,
yeah,
you don't.
No. Leadoff man aboard. The 0-1 count to Trimble. The left fielder, that one gets away from the catcher, Kuchera. Runner holds. It's 1-1 the count. Again, Pender advancing out of the winner's bracket. They win this game, the tournament is over. If Malcolm wins, we play again tomorrow evening here at Nitschke Field. That one low and away, 2-1 the count.
Pender's kind of like the, I'm going to date myself here, what was it, 74 Notre Dame basketball team?
Exactly, yeah.
Trying to knock off UCLA here. But Malcolm has been just a dynasty. You mentioned they didn't even give up a run last year. That's incredible.
They've won 4 straight state titles. Had won 22 straight at state and a double at first. What a play by Kuchera, the catcher. Bunted into his glove, got the throw to Little at first base. Just like that, 2 down for Pender post 55.
Wow, what a play. What a heads-up play. Not only to make that catch, but to fire over to first right away. No hesitation. Watch that. Good Good play there. Just seeing that baseball into the glove and then making a quick snap throw to first to get the double play.
So just like that, nobody on and 2 out for Owen Kneifel, the catcher. Kneifel was 2 for 3 earlier today. Drove in a run. Then he's quickly down 0-2. Took that one at the knees. Pender trying to keep their inning alive.
Like all sports, you get a play like that gives you so much momentum.
Check swing did not go. 1 ball, 2 strikes after 1 up and in. Try to get him to chase. He did not.
They certainly fire you up as a pitcher.
Yeah.
When you get a play like that, get a quick double play.
Low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Pender's number 3 hitter. He singled twice earlier today. He drove in 2 of Pender's 3 runs in their 3-1 victory. That is down the line fair. Base hit. This is going to be extras. No. Nice job to cut it off by the left fielder by Meyer. Oh, but the throw gets away. They weren't looking for it. So Kneifel's into second on the error, and Pender's got a runner in scoring position.
That's unfortunate because you did a good job getting to the ball there in left field, and then eliminate the double. But then you have a throwing error that allows Kneifel to get to second. It was a nice hit right down the third base line. Just placed that perfectly.
So 2 outs, runner on second for the cleanup hitter Alex Roth. The first baseman takes a strike, 0-1. Roth drove in a run, struck out twice in their victory earlier today over Centura. That's lined into center. Duzick has a beat on it, makes the play for out number 3. Pender strands 1 after 2 base hits to the bottom of the first. No score. You're watching the Senior State Championship in Class C on News Channel Nebraska.
From recovery to renewal, expert therapy.
Behind every switch you flip, innovation is at work. NPPD is using advanced technology to generate and deliver the reliable energy you have come to expect. Like AI-driven platforms to optimize energy generation, drones for infrastructure inspection, advanced metering for faster outage detection, and helping advance carbon capture and sequestration technologies. It's not just electricity we are delivering, it's innovation. Powering the state, empowering your life. Nebraska Public Power District.
I'm Pete Ricketts, and I approve this message.
Dan Osborne says he's one of us.
But his campaign is about enriching himself.
Osborne and his wife funneled campaign money into shady companies they control.
Nearly $500,000
right into Osborne's pockets.
Some of that money was raised with Dana Chasen,
a man accused of trafficking girls for Jeffrey Epstein.
Dan Osborne is gonna change Washington? Give me a break. Dan Osborne's just in it for himself.
For himself.
Osborne's just in it for himself.
And there's Bowdy Burhoop getting set to take the mound to start for Pender. No score, bottom 1, alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. Bowdy Burhoop, the post-55 key player today. Again, he got the win in relief in a victory over Hardington over the weekend. Went 4 1/3, settled the game down. And they will definitely need a similar effort out of him today against a Malcolm offense that had been humming double digits in their first 2 games. They've really quieted down. Lost to Pender 3-1. Earlier today got the win, but it was a 2-1 win over Hardington. They scored 2 runs in the first inning, and that was it. Yeah. So Malcolm maybe hoping those bats come back alive a little bit here on a Wednesday evening.
Well, I think if you're Pender, part of that, when you look at those stats, you think, well, maybe we can get these guys because they're struggling a little bit. The flip side of that is, how long does a team like Malcolm struggle? I mean, they're bound to break out here, and if you're Pender, you hope it's not tonight.
Here's Nolan Duzick digging in, the left-handed center fielder. Just made the 3rd out in the last inning. Takes a strike at the knees. 0-1. Good start for Burhoop. Again, a junior. Both our starting pitchers will be back next year for these Legion squads. That one misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike to Duzick.
How many times have we seen at every level, pitchers early in the game trying to find that strike zone? It's so important if you can do that early. And it's another nice pitch. It looked like he took a little bit off of that one.
Big cut.
Changeup.
No contact at that one. Duzick was one of the few Malcolm hitters that actually got a base hit the last time these two played. One of just 4 base hits, set up outside, Duzick not chasing, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, I think if anything gives you confidence, if you're Pender, it's you've already beat these guys once. It's not like you don't know if you can beat them. You certainly can.
Couldn't paint the edge. Full count to the leadoff hitter. It'll be Duzick, followed by Brixen Meyer, Carson Frank to lead off the home half of the first inning for Malcolm. Outside, that's a leadoff walk. Nolan Duzick is aboard.
It's a good at-bat. Worked that count full. Didn't chase anything. Very disciplined there at the plate, and that's what you want out of your leadoff batter, right? You want to get on base, and that's what Duzick did there with the walk.
So now Brixen Meyer digs in, the left fielder. He was 0 for 2 earlier today against Hardington. He was hit by a pitch, though. So he saw some time on the base paths. Bunted at one out of the zone.
Yeah, that was right at him.
It was almost a protection bunt to keep it from plunking him. 0-1 the count. There's Duzick at first after the leadoff walk for post 354 out of Malcolm, Nebraska.
Sometimes guys tell you to wear that one. I don't think I want to wear that one in my in my chest.
Yeah, no thanks.
That hurts a little bit.
Burhoop's 0-1 delivery. That's a really nice bunt set down third base side. Runner moves over, throw gets away. Duzick rounding second. He rounds third, will hold there. Meyer into second. It's an error after a brilliant bunt. It would have been close on the throw, but the throw was errant, and now runners at second and third with nobody out.
What was good about that bunt, not only the placement of, it just kind of rolling it down that third base line, but it wasn't a hard hit ball, so it made the third baseman come in. And it might have even been better just to hold that ball. Tried to get the out at first and threw it away. So now second and third, nobody out. Great start here for Malcolm.
You see our replays there brought to you in part by Beatrice Community Hospital. Incredible care, incredibly close. Also brought to you by Madison County Bank, here to help you grow. Big opportunity for Carson Frank. He scored the opening run after reaching first with 2 outs in the first inning on it. Just a slow roller to the pitcher, beat out the throw, ended up scoring.
Carson Frank's been here a while. I saw his wife and kids down there.
The 0-1 to Frank. That one gets away from the catcher. Runners hold. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Malcolm third baseman. Frank drove in Malcolm's lone run when these two played earlier in this tournament.
Important now for Burhoop to really focus here.
Kneifel does a nice job to stay in front of that one. 2-1 the count.
He certainly could give up a walk here and set up a double play situation.
And that's what they're going to do. They're going to give him first base on the intentional walk. So bases are juiced, no outs, but you also, if you're Pender defensively, have a force at every base. But you have Justin Wisniewski, the right fielder, he bats cleanup for a reason. RBI earlier today, also scored a run.
We talked about Malcolm's offense. Can they break out of a bit of a slump? Well, here's a great opportunity here. Bases loaded, nobody out here, bottom of the first.
Swinging first pitch straight up in the air. This one will not leave the infield. In to make the play is the second baseman, Walsh. Boy, that's a huge break for Pender. No one advances. Bases still loaded, but 1 out.
And that hurts when that's you can't you want to put the ball in play, but the pop-up does not advance any of the runners. So still only 1 out. But you're right, a big out with a cleanup hitter popping out in the infield.
Now you're in a spot in Pender where a ground ball could potentially end this inning. It's Gavin Little, the first baseman. Takes low, 1-0. Little was 1 for 3 earlier today in that victory over Hardington. He was the pitcher the last time these two played. Honestly, pitched a gem in the loss, went all 6 innings. Just couldn't get any support on the offensive side of things. Struck out 2, walked just 1, gave up just 1 earned run.
A little being wise here to be very selective. Bases loaded. You want to force Burhoop to throw strikes and wait for that pitch right down the middle if you can, and so get something that you can drive.
That's outside 3-0. The count to Little. Well, if you're Coach Soderberg, you give him the green light here?
Yeah, you might. I mean, 5-hole hitter, obviously there for a reason.
That one catches the zone. 3-1. Great hitters count now with the bases loaded and just one out.
Yeah, now he's going to be aggressive, I think.
Malcolm trying to strike first. And they do. This one lined into center. That'll get down for a base hit. Center fielder misplays it. Duzick is in. A second run is in. 2-0. Malcolm on the RBI single by Gavin Little.
Yeah, that's what happens when you fall behind in the count. And you got a good hitter like Little who can sit on that. He knows it's likely going to be a fastball. Not a lot of, guys at this age are going to be really, comfortable throwing something off speed in that situation. So it's going to be coming around the plate. And that great job there by Little to drive that into the outfield and gets 2 RBIs to his credit.
And still only one out for the number 6 hitter, Chase Smith, the shortstop. Runners at the corners. Carson Frank advanced to third. Great start for Malcolm. However, if you're Pender, you can take heart in that both of these teams won earlier today in games in which, at least Pender, they fell behind early on.
Pender's got a good offense, so long way from over at this point. Uh-oh.
That one got him on the arm. So Smith hit on the elbow. That loads the bases again. Still only one out.
That pitch got away from Burhoop, obviously. Inside off of the arm of Smith. So he gets first base, and now they're going to have a meeting at the mound.
Yeah, Coach Schuster.
Get Burhoop settled down here. We'll see how long you stay with him. I think right now it's just a conversation here. Settle down. A lot of baseball to be played. Put the ball, put the ball around that strike zone and let your defense make plays.
Again, he came in and was brilliant in relief on Sunday in a victory over Hartington, 4 1/3 scoreless innings. But Malcolm's offense has come alive. They've waited for their pitches and have a big opportunity here. I think the message, if you're Coach Schuster, is no pop flies. Just keep everything on the ground.
Yeah.
Mason Ziegler now getting a chance to help his own cause. He started shortstop in the victory over Hartington earlier today, ended up finishing the game as the closer. He's got an opportunity here. That one catches the edge. Great pitch, 0-1.
Yeah, nice. It was a fastball there, I believe, but it caught that corner. That's what you want to try to do, is paint that corner.
Check swing did not go, 1-1. Burhoop trying to get out of a bases-loaded jam in the bottom of the first. Low and away, 2-1. Another Malcolm batter works ahead in the count.
Yeah, again, you got to be precise here, and you've got to try to stay ahead in the count because with bases loaded, now it's 3-1.
That one up. 3 balls, 1 strike. Great hitters count for Ziegler. He was 1 for 3 earlier today. Did not have a hit the last time these two played. Takes one there right down Broadway. Full count. And getting that pitch count up for Burhoop a little bit as well.
Yeah, it's a bonus for Malcolm, making Burhoop work.
Check swing. Did not go. And Ziegler, a bases loaded walk. It's 3-0 Malcolm.
Bases loaded walk, RBI.
Frank will score.
This is not what you wanted if you're Pender. We talked about that. You're playing this great program. Granted, a young team and a team that you've beaten. It's not like Pender's scared of these guys or anything. But it's just so important in games like this against a team with the history they have here at the state tournament. You have to play well early because a team like Malcolm can make you pay. And Already up 3-0. Only one out in the inning.
And Preston Kuchera up with the bases loaded still. Takes one up, 1-0. Kuchera, the catcher, 0 for 2 earlier today. That one misses as well, 2-0 now.
Yeah, I think as a manager now, you watch your pitcher's body language.
Yeah.
Is he starting to get frustrated? I think Berhoop's getting a little frustrated right now.
That one up and in, 3 balls, no strikes.
It might be, get a walk here. It might be the end of the line here for Berhoop.
That one stayed at the letters. Kuchera's got to go track the bat down. He thought he was headed to first. Says, my bad. Digs back in.
What you do after you do that is you walk up to the umpire and say, I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah.
Great call.
That is lined. Base hit right field. Little scores for Malcolm. Everybody else holds, but a one-out single by Kuchera makes it 4-0 Malcolm, pouring it on to the first inning.
Just good situational hitting. You're ahead in the count. Much like earlier in the inning, you know what's coming, and you're sitting on it. You make good contact, drive it out into the outfield, and Malcolm, as you said, great first inning. Still only one out, and we'll see. They're going to stick with Berhoop.
Sykes will dig in, the number 9 hitter, so unless he grounds into a double play, Malcolm will be batting around in the first inning. Sykes squares to bunt, pops it up. That'll drop.
Oh.
Everybody's safe. Huge break for Malcolm there. That one had some crazy spin on it. Kneifel couldn't track it down. It's an RBI single for Austin Sykes.
That was one of those that is just, if you're Pender, you're frustrated because, that was just placed where it had to be. I mean, not necessarily even intentionally placed there. It was just kind of a bunt pop-up sort of thing, and it just fell right in the infield, and nobody could get to it. Just one of those situations that there's not a lot you can do about it, and another run comes in.
And now back to the top of the order, Nolan Duzick, who walked and eventually scored already this inning. A dream start to the game for Malcolm. Coming to this game out of the elimination bracket, having lost at the state tournament for the first time in more than 4 years. Low and in, 3-0.
And conversely, we've talked about what Pender is dealing with and what they need to do. For Malcolm, I think if you're playing a team like Pender that can score, you want to put them not maybe put them away, but you want to get this lead as big as you can here in this first inning.
Misses low, a 4-pitch walk. Duzick gets a run in. It is 6-0 Malcolm, and now here comes Coach Schuster.
What do you feel for Brody Berhoop? It just didn't have it tonight, and what happens a lot of times when things start going bad, it's tough to reverse course. You start pressing. You could see it in his body language a little bit. He was just getting frustrated, and when you start to press and the pitches start missing even more. And he just really struggled there, but young man with a bright future. You just shake this one off as you go on, and certainly, Pender. Even if they don't win this game, they got plenty of time to come back and win this thing.
Well, and you might need Berhoop again tomorrow if Pender doesn't win this game. So you got to save that arm a little bit as well. So it's a pitching change. We'll take a break, get you set on who the new pitcher is coming up. 6-0 Malcolm with the lead. You're watching Legion State Championship Baseball on NCN.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of pain, not just the symptoms. Schaefer's, we're more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs. All backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, lawn and garden tractor, or gator. Every piece of equipment in our inventory is ready to work hard for your operation. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything that is sold meets their quality standards. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or learn more at landmarkimp.com to experience the Landmark difference.
So the new pitcher for Pender is Tate Welsh. Welsh pitched earlier today against Centura, so he's already got some wear on the arm. We were told he pitched 44 throws against Centura earlier today. So Burhoop's day is done just a third of an inning, 6 runs, 5 earned on 3 hits and 2 walks. And now if you're Welsh, you're coming into a situation where you've got the bases loaded and still only 1 out.
Yeah, that's not the most comfortable situation to come into. But Welsh, that might actually even help having already pitched. You just kind of got the mechanics down already. You're likely warmed up a little bit. And we'll see. It's so important here that you try to get ahead in the count here.
Facing the number 2 hitter in Malcolm's lineup, Brixton Meyer. He reached on an error and scored earlier this inning.
Malcolm just too good to fall behind and get in those hitters' counts.
Welsh earlier today threw 2 innings, finished the game against Centura. Gave up 2 hits, walked 3, a run, and 1 earned run. That one in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike to Brixton Meyer, the left fielder.
How much would Malcolm like a 9 or 10 run lead going into inning number 2?
Well, you could, if you could shorten the game, having played earlier today, they would absolutely love that. That's hammered but foul, right field side. Out of play, 2-2. Brixton Meyer was 0 for 4 the last time these two teams played. So still 0 for 5. He did reach, but that was on that errant throw by the third baseman Linkus. 2-2 in the dirt. Nice job by Kneifel to stay in front of it. You've got Duzick at first, Austin Sykes at second, Preston Kuchera at third.
Good discipline there by Meyer, because a lot of times you get the bases loaded, man, you're eager.
Yep.
You want to swing and make hard contact.
Payoff pitch is popped up in the air, charging in from center. That's going to land in between 3 Pender players. The throw to third is in time for out number 2. But a runner scores on an RBI single. It's 7-0 now, 2 outs for Malcolm.
It was unfortunate because 2 outs, here we go. That Sykes he had to go back and hold up because he didn't know if the ball was going to be caught. He didn't want to get doubled off. So the good news is, I guess, for Malcolm is you score a run, but you end up giving up an out just because of where that ball was placed and not knowing. Sykes didn't know if that ball was going to be caught or not.
So Sykes thrown out at third. Kuchera scores, and you've got Duzick now at second.
Towards right center.
Up high, 1-1. The count to Carson Frank.
I think if you told Coach Soderberg that you'd be up a touchdown here in the bottom of the first inning, I think you'd be pretty happy about it.
Absolutely.
Nice pitch.
Breaking ball drops in there for a strike, 1-2 to Carson Frank.
It's one of those knee wobblers.
Yep.
Another one.
Beautiful. Froze him to end the inning, but not before Malcolm does some damage. 7-0. Post 354 with the lead after 1. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
The basis of a busy day. Let Speedy Mart at 13235 Grover Street in Omaha knock it out of the park. Start your morning with breakfast made with the real thing, fresh eggs. Step inside for tasty snacks, refreshing drinks, and friendly service that treats you like family. With a dynamic team full of energy and great chemistry, every stop feels like a win. Speedy Mart, where every visit is a home run.
I had gotten into a skateboarding accident and had gotten some treatment down where I'm from in Omaha. And after surgery that had failed, I was recommended to this hospital, this place, and Dr. Mike because I was told that this was a very rare type of injury and not a procedure that happens very often. He had harvested some bone from my knee and had applied it to my scaphoid. Everybody here has been very helpful. They brought me a long way from where I was at, which was not being able to move my hand as much as I can now. They were just very attentive, and it felt nice to know that they were there if I needed something. I'd say just make the trip out and come experience it for yourself. And once you come to experience this place, I think you'd agree that it's a
Second inning underway here at Nitschke Field. Malcolm, a 7-run first inning. They've got a 7-0 lead. Trying to get to a second championship game here on News Channel Nebraska alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. 2-0 the count to the cleanup hitter for Pender. That is Alex Roth. Sorry, to Ryan Linkus, the third baseman, the number 5 hitter, I should say. Takes a strike on the edge. 2-1.
Ziger out there on the mound. You're in a very advantageous spot.
Yeah.
You're up 7. All you got to do, you just got to pitch well. You got to put the ball in the strike zone and, don't give up walks. Let your defense play. You've got a 7-run lead. That was a nice pitch there. You don't have to be perfect now. You just got to be good.
2-2 to Linkus. Takes a breaking ball into center field. That will get down. We'll see how they score that one. That was a tough play for the center fielder, Duzick.
It's got to be a hit, I think.
Leadoff man is aboard for Pender. Hit it well off the bat.
Yeah, if you see it, you watch it here on the replay, it just kind of dies there. Good effort by Wagner there, the center fielder. Or
Duzick in center, yeah.
Sorry, yeah, Duzick, rather.
They scored that in error, so E8 gets Linkus to first. Brings up Braylon Wagner, his counterpart in center field. Throw to first. Back in time is Linkus. Linkus was the winning pitcher earlier today. Went 5 innings against Centura. Big cut, no contact for Wagner. 0-1. Wagner was 2 for 1. He scored earlier today as Pender sent Centura home. Back to Caro and Dannebrog and Bolus and the surrounding communities.
The Chamber of Commerce there, are you?
Yeah. I may or may not have done a lot of research on Centura for state basketball earlier this year.
Yeah.
1-1. That one in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike to the Pender center fielder. If you're Pender, you can't get 7 runs back in one swing of the bat. You just try to chip away as best you can. A good opportunity here with the leadoff runner at first. That one low as well, 3-1. And again, for both of these teams, these are pitchers that are not used to these situations as starters.
As you mentioned there, just with Coach Schuster there for Pender, you got to tell the guy you can't get it all back in one at bat. Just have the best at bat you can, make something happen, put the ball in play, run the bases well, and you've got the rest of the game here. You got plenty of time to chip away at this lead.
Full count to Wagner. Fouled. First base side. That one will trickle over the fence off the light post. So Wagner stays alive. Braylon Wagner was 1 for 3 the last time these two teams played. Ziger sets, delivers outside, ball 4, and Pender has their leadoff batters aboard.
Well, that's what you want to get going here, get guys on base. This is a good Pender offense. They can score runs.
So now Xander Welsh is up, the right fielder. Opportunity here. Squares to bunt, fouls it straight back. Out of play, 0-1. Welsh 1 for 3 this afternoon. Saw time at both third base and first base earlier today. Now he's in right field. So the very definition of a utility hitter.
You got kind of a gate on the press box up here. I was going to try to snag that ball. That was
You were ready. I thought it was strange that you brought a glove, but now I'm glad you have it.
It's just my hands were cold. That was
fair enough.
Just one of them.
0-1, time called. They'll be commiserate at the mound. Runners at first and second. I think Kuchera and Ziegler just trying to get on the same page here.
Yeah, they might just be having a conversation to make sure they're both on the same page. That the signs he's giving that the pitcher and catcher are agreeing on what those are. That's obviously pretty important.
Yeah,
get crossed up.
What would be worse, expecting a fastball and getting a change, or expecting a change and getting a fastball? Probably the latter, right?
Yeah, get a fastball in the chin.
Popped up. This will stay on the infield. They'll go down to third. The throw is high, but got him. Throw to second, not in time, but it was close. So they get the lead runner at third. Fielder's choice gets Welsh to first. You've got runners at first and second and one out.
There's a heck of a throw there by Frank. Almost got a double play. That was a close play. And a good throw there as well from Kuchera, the catcher, to get the out at third. And then Frank fired it over to second, and that was actually a pretty close play.
Now we got the designated hitter, the lefty, Lakota Whiteface Russman. A lot of backspin on that blooper. Foul, 0-1. Whiteface Russman 1 for 3 earlier today as the DH. Runners at first and second. One out. Pender trying to answer that Malcolm monster inning with one of their own. Big cut at one out of the zone. 0-2.
What a plus it would be if you're Malcolm for Zager to get out of this without much damage done.
0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Whiteface Russman sent down on strikes, 2 out.
Whiteface Russman was way ahead of that one. Looked like a change there. Good job to change speeds. Now 2 outs.
And here comes Tate Welsh, who's now the pitcher for Pender. He started the game at second base. Off the end of the bat in foul territory, 0-1.
What appeared to be a promising inning here for Pender.
Yeah.
Now there's 2 outs. We're still first and second rather. The runner gunned down at third a moment ago.
You've got Welsh at first after the fielder's choice. Wagner at second. He's walked. No hits in this inning for Pender. Held off that breaking ball, 1-1. Line into right field, a base hit. Rounding third is Wagner. He will score. Welsh holds it second. It's an RBI single with 2 outs. Tate Welsh helping his own cause.
A good piece of hitting. Put that ball right in the gap there between first and second.
So back to the top of the order now for Pender. As they're on the board now 7-1. Well, there you go. Just chip away 1 run at a time. That'll keep Pender in it. Back to the top of the inning for Schuster. Reached on an infield single, but then was thrown out. Takes a strike at the edge, 0-1. Great pitch from Ziegler there.
Yeah, Ziegler just the big thing for him right now is just shake it off. You got a nice lead, and as you mentioned, really for Pender, it's about just having good at bats and try to chip away.
The 0-1, that one outside. Same pitch as last time. 1 ball, 1 strike. to the Pender shortstop. The 1-1 swung on and missed. Pender down to their final strike again here in the road half of the second.
That had some gas on it, that one.
One and two. Runners at the corners. Well outside. Down to second is Welsh. No throw from the catcher. So they call that the old catcher indifference. That gives you runners at second and third now for Pender with 2 outs. Schuster with a 2-2 count. Inside, nice job by Kuchera to stay in front of that one. That was curling away from him. Not an easy play for the catcher.
Yeah, that was a very difficult play, and he made it look easy there. Great job to stay in front of that, sliding to his right. And the ball's moving, you got to be moving too. That was a great job there by Kuchera.
Payoff pitch, fouled. Out of play, Schuster lost his bat. You're on a beautiful night at Nitschke Field.
Nice weather the last, it wasn't real nice yesterday with the rain,
yeah.
But certainly could use the rain.
Absolutely.
But temperature-wise, not dealing with a 115 heat index sort of thing.
Yeah, those junior tournaments were in some heat. This lifted in the air to center. Duzick has a beat on it underneath it for out number 3, but Pender gets one back to the home half of the second. 7-1, Malcolm with the lead. It's the Class C Senior State Championship on News Channel Nebraska. Junior tournaments were in some heat. This lifted in the air to center.
Visit one of their locations or check them out online at bankofthevalley.com. And by Western Oil, make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today.
When quality matters, it starts at Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine. They're known for the highest quality beef, carefully aged to perfection, alongside fresh, vibrant produce, and a deli famous for fresh, never frozen fried chicken. It's quality you can see. Home of Scotty's Meat RX. Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine, Nebraska. A better cut every time.
They've corrected the score sheet. That leadoff play by Linkus, they've now scored a single instead of an error by the center fielder. So 2 hits for Pender in that inning. Ryan Linkus gets credited with that.
It's a right call, I think. That was a tough play. That ball was diving. Maybe at the major league level that's an error, but
so Pender gets one back. Now they need to keep a repeat of what happened in that first inning where Malcolm sent 12 guys to the dish. Justin Wisniewski will lead off. He popped out to second in the first inning. Welsh up high with an off-speed offering, 1-0.
I definitely don't want to repeat if you're Pender. How nice is it for Malcolm, as we mentioned? Bit of a slump for them the last couple of games as far as scoring runs. It gets 7 in one inning. You take that every time.
2 balls, no strike to Wisniewski. Hammers one into right. That's going to get down. Could be trouble. Past the right fielder, Wisniewski charging past first. He will be into second base, standing up. A leadoff double for Malcolm.
A great start again. Another solid hit. Kind of an inside-out swing there. Great job to place that again in the gap. That's kind of been where they've been going lately. And then a ball was bobbled there a little bit. But only certainly could have been a chance at a triple there, but they'll take a double to start the inning.
Brings up Gavin Little. He singled, drove in 2, and scored last inning. Takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. Malcolm with the leadoff man aboard for the second straight inning. Right back at the pitcher up the middle, a base hit. Wisniewski rounding third, he's thinking home. He will score standing up. Malcolm adds to their lead. It's 8-1, an RBI single for Gavin Little. He's driven in 3.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's talk about productive at bats. 2 at bats, 2 singles, and 3 RBIs in the first 2 innings. That's a great start for Gavin Little.
Nothing little about his efforts so far. So Wisniewski around, he scores. And still no outs. Now Chase Smith digs in. He was hit by a pitch, eventually scored. Bunts one.
Great job.
Oh, what a catch! Diving in from third base to make the play is Linkus. What a snag for the first out.
That's just great effort. That's what you want out of your players. That's I know Pender down big right now, but you love it when a guy like Linkus, he's looking up at the scoreboard saying, we could still come back and win this thing. I'm going to make a big play.
First out and a big one. Off speed, a strike to Mason Ziegler. He walked in a run. Last inning. Holds off on a pitch that catches the edge, 0-2. That one inside. Hops away.
I think if your pitcher is certainly at this level, you get a chance to pitch and bat. Ooh, good move over there.
Boy, that was close. Little was a little bit on his heels, able to get back in time for the pickoff attempt.
Started to make a move towards second, and as that throw went over there.
Slow roller to second, fielded cleanly to first in time for out number 2. The runner moves over. The runner at second, 2 outs for Malcolm.
Like a hit and run there. Zager did not quite get all of that one. So you couldn't, the runner couldn't advance to third, but runner in scoring position with 2 outs. We'll see if Malcolm can add to this lead.
Preston Kuchera digs in. He had an RBI single. His last time up also scored. Takes a strike, 0-1. I've been impressed with Malcolm's patience. You have an offense that's struggled a bit the last couple of days. They've stayed disciplined, and it's really paid off for them here this evening.
Yeah, you're right, they've been very patient. They have not swung it they haven't swung it too many pitches out of the strike zone. That's big. And you force your opponent to have good control to get you.
0-2. Should mention, by the way, Alex Roth, the new second baseman for Pender after Welch had to move in as pitcher. That one up and in, 1-2. Well, that was Roth who made the ground out play earlier. Breaking ball fouled straight back at us.
Okay, I'm kind of glad the cage is
Kuchera stays alive. I'm okay with it. That one, even with the cage, made me flinch a bit.
Yeah.
There you see Tate Welch. He wants short innings, too. Again, he's starting with his pitch count at 45. Throw back to second. Runner back in time. Malcolm down to their final strike. Just misses up high. 2-2.
It's a great example there. We just talked about the discipline. Just not swinging at pitches that are not strikes.
Popped up, foul territory, out of play, off the roof of the press box. Still 2-2.
Okay, I'm glad there's a roof.
Yeah, always happy to have a roof over my head.
Another one.
That one fouled back
Did we,
off the press box again. We would be bruised.
Preston, did we say something to you? coming after us with those foul balls.
He's eyeballing our car now. We better. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Called his shot. He pointed his bat at the press box.
Off-speed pitch. This one fouled out of play. This is big, though, for Malcolm because they're wasting a lot of pitches for Welsh, who, again, does not have a ton at his disposal tonight.
Well, and then that's, sometimes you can have a great at-bat, not get on base. You just make the pitcher work, add up those the number of pitches, as we mentioned, coming into this appearance. He already had 44 pitches on the day.
Holds off outside, works the count full. A great at-bat here for the catcher. The payoff pitch, lined into left. Meyer with a beat on it, makes the play toward the track for out number 3, but Malcolm gets another one. We've played 2. It's Malcolm 8, Pender 1. You're watching the C Senior State Championship on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Bank of the Valley. Together we go further. Visit one of their locations or check them out online at bankofthevalley.com. And by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today.
When quality matters, it starts at Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine. They're known for the highest quality beef, carefully aged to perfection, alongside fresh, vibrant produce, and a deli famous for fresh, never frozen fried chicken. It's quality you can see. Home of Scotty's Meat RX. Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine, Nebraska. A better cut every time.
NCN Sports is brought to you by The Carpet Shop in Norfolk, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by Scotty's Ranchland Foods, Highway 20 in Valentine, Nebraska.
Be the top of the order for Pender as we get to the 3rd inning, or rather 2, 3, 4 in the order, I should say. Trevor Trimble, Owen Kneifel, and Alex Roth due up. Malcolm with Mason Ziegler on the mound. He's pitched well enough so far and certainly has plenty of cushion. No face-off against Trevor Trimble, who popped out to the catcher on a bunt after Schuster had reached base. Ended up a double play. Pender was trying to get something going to start this game, and it ended before it could start. Let's see if Trimble can get something going for Pender here, down 7. Again, if Malcolm wins this game, these two teams play again tomorrow night. If that happens, you'll see it right here on NCN. Outside, 1-0.
Well, Malcolm got that run back that they gave up in the 2nd inning, so still up 7 runs.
Into left field, that's a base hit. Trimble to first with a leadoff single. And for the 3rd straight inning, Pender has their leadoff man aboard.
Yeah, I got to turn that into runs. Yeah, again, you don't have to get it all back at once, but when you have opportunities, they could have had a bigger inning last time. But you've got to be productive when you have those opportunities.
Here's Kneifel. He singled his last time up. Was stranded on 2nd. (0-1) after the foul ball. Swings a one inside, popped up just into center field, charging in to make the play. Throw to first, though, gets away. And that will get Trimble down to 2nd. It was a nice play by Duzick to come in and make the throw, but make the catch, I should say, but the throw way too tall for the first baseman.
I get the trying to be aggressive, trying to make the play. I don't think you needed to do that. Nice big lead. You don't want to give extra chances there to Pender. This team is a good defensive team, this Malcolm team, and they're playing aggressively. But I don't think you get him even if that's a good throw.
So Alex Roth digs in. He lined out to center to end the 1st inning his last time up. Takes at the knees, 0-1. Ziegler checks at second. Low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. To the Pender, now second baseman. Roth had started the game at first. Moved over to second once Welsh took the mound. That's hammered into left field. That'll get down for a base hit. Fielded by the left fielder, though. That will keep Trimble at third. Bad throw to the infield, though, and that allows Roth to get to second. So runners at second and third now for Pender.
Heady play there. Pender doing a good job taking advantage of some miscues here and running the bases well.
So Roth a single and then advances on the throw-in.
That's just being heady and paying attention, and much like Malcolm defensively, we talked about them being aggressive. I think you want to continue to take some chances, maybe be aggressive on the base pads, and certainly when there's a miscue, a bobbled ball or whatever, you take advantage of that. Great job now, Pender. A couple runners in scoring position.
A quick trip to the mound for Coach Soderberg. Got runners at second and third, 1 out. Ryan Linkus will dig in. He led off with a single in the second inning, eventually was thrown out at third. The Pender third baseman, a chance for them to chip once again into this big Malcolm lead. Again, just the third inning, plenty of time for Pender to make a comeback. They made a similar one against Hardington earlier in this tournament. A game that they won 12-6 after falling behind 6-0 in the top of the first inning. So they've done it before.
Yeah, Pender's, as we mentioned, it's just a good offensive team, and you've got to play well for all 7 innings.
That's into center field, a base hit. That'll get at least 1 run in. They will hold the runner at third. Trimble scores. It's an RBI single for Linkus, and it's 8-2.
A good at-bat again. Pender now starting to take advantage. I think the last time out there for Malcolm was not only for, settle down your pitcher a little bit in Ziegler, but also I think just talking to the team, just make plays. Guys, I mean, come up with a baseball, don't bobble it.
Up and in to Braylon Wegner. He walked and scored Pender's first run last inning. He's got runners at the corners, just 1 out. As Pender tries a comeback. Takes low.
Pender actually has more hits than Malcolm. Malcolm with a big lead, 8-2, but Pender has shown they can put the ball in play. They can get hits. Just got to string some together here.
The 2-0, that's into right field, a base hit. Another run is in. Let's go! Linkus to second, it's 8-3.
Wagner scored last at bat. Now he gets a RBI.
So Alex Roth scores. Wagner an RBI single, and now it's Xander Welsh. Reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. Takes a strike, breaking ball at the knees, 0-1. Out in front of that one, just caught a piece of it, 0-2.
Here, if you're Ziegler for Malcolm, these are the ones you got to put guys away.
Yep.
Get them in the hole. You got to finish them off.
Back up the middle, could be trouble. Flip to second, over to first, gets away. This will get a run in. It goes into the dugout. So Welsh to first on the fielder's choice, to second on the error. It's now 8-4.
You almost got out of the inning there. Instead of getting out of the inning, you end up having an error and another run comes in for Pender. So break for Pender. Now 8-4. So Pender doing what they needed to do after falling behind big. Just keep putting the ball in play. and see what happens. Chip away at that lead. Certainly a plenty of time to come back and do it.
2 outs. Runner at second for Lakota Whiteface Russman. He struck out his last time up. Big cut at the first one. Yeah. He is not shy.
That's why you're the DH. You go there to like that kind of open stance there. And he is swinging for the fences.
Holds off on one low. 1-1. You've got Xander Welsh on second. Pender fell behind 7-0. Trying to chip away here in this third inning. Swung at one out of the zone, out of play, 1-2. Anything near the zone, that bat is coming off the shoulder.
Yeah, you love your DH being up there. That's why you're the DH.
You're not a DH to get walks.
Yeah, exactly right.
The 1-2. And the dirt gets away from the catcher. So Welsh over to third. Just some miscues by Malcolm. Very uncharacteristic, but again, not a ton of experience at the senior level at this team.
Younger team, certainly the junior team, another championship team, but you're right. A bit of a youth movement here at the senior level. As good as Pender's been, Malcolm has also kind of been their own worst enemy at times.
Outside. Well, here we were talking about Whiteface Russman. He's worked the count full. Called strike 3 right down the barrel. And Malcolm gets out of the jam, but Pender scores 3 more. It's 8-4. You're watching the Class C Senior State Championship on News Channel Nebraska.
Some days feel heavier than others. The stress, the worry, the feeling that no one understands. At Siouxland Mental Health Center, you don't have to face it alone. We're here for children, teens, adults, and families facing anxiety, depression, trauma, or crisis. Because asking for help isn't weakness, it's strength. Call Siouxland Mental Health Center in South Sioux City today at 402-412-4600 or visit SiouxlandMentalHealth.com. Strengthening minds, healing communities.
This is Nebraska. It's beautiful and vast, dotted with hardworking rural communities. And they are why News Channel Nebraska exists, to deliver quality, heartfelt news from the entire state of Nebraska. From Long Pine to Chadron and Nebraska City to Rushville. From the challenging stories to the joyful ones, you'll find news from across the state in every NCN broadcast. This is Nebraska, and Nebraska is home.
My name
8-4. Malcolm's lead's been trimmed to 4 as we head to the home half of the third inning alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. Pender trying to chip away at it, but can they keep Malcolm's high-powered offense from scoring? It'll be 9-1-2 in the Malcolm batting order. Austin Sykes, who had a bizarre bunt single back in the first inning. Here he kind of chops one at second. Tough field, flipped to first just in time. But that ball rolled weirdly off the glove of Roth at second. He was able to get it over to Welsh, though, in time for out number 1.
Watch. Here we go, get the mic on. Watch Sykes' speed there. I mean, that looked like a routine play, right? That ball kind of rolled up the glove, but Sykes made that a lot closer than I think most people thought that was going to be. That's a great job to hustle to first.
So back to the top of the order, Nolan Duzick. Swinging first pitch, popped up, not deep, just into the outfield. Backing up is Welsh, who drops it. Error by the second baseman, and Duzick is aboard.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Looked like maybe Pender was going to have a quick inning there, but it'd been the second out. Looked like he had a good beat on it, just did not see the ball all the way into the glove. That allows Duzick to reach on the error.
Duzick walked twice in the first inning, so he's been on base 3 times, has not gotten a hit yet. Here's Brixton Meyer, reached on an error, then singled, scored and had an RBI in the first inning. He's got a runner at first here with 1 away. Again, Malcolm coming out of the elimination bracket. If they win, that forces a deciding championship game tomorrow evening. If Pender wins, this tournament is over. Runner goes, no throw. Duzick into second on the stolen base.
You can see why they're being aggressive with Duzick out there. He got some speed on the base pads there. And boy, when that ball wasn't secured, he was already halfway to second. That's a great job. Now you're in scoring position. Will look like 2 outs and nobody on.
Yeah.
He got 1 out, and now Malcolm's got a runner in scoring position at second base.
That was a nice job by Kneifel not to try to force a throw, understanding the situation and not compounding it with an error. Both teams with 3 errors in this one. Inside almost clipped him, 2-0.
What are the honest-to-God chances that...
Welsh on in relief after the start of Burhoop went to third. Gave up 6 runs rather, in a 7-run first inning. Outside did not chase, still caught the edge. Well, that's a nice tailing fastball, 2-1.
Yeah, again, we talked about that. Malcolm has done a great job laying off of those pitches that a lot of people would be swinging at.
That's grounded to third, gets past the glove into left field. Duzick had held at second, otherwise he could have scored. Instead, goes to third, but that one below the glove at third, runners at the corners.
A good hard hit ball. It looked like a chance there at third, but the ball had eyes there between short and third. So that goes as a base hit, and here we go, Malcolm. Chance to add to this lead.
So runners at the corners. Now Carson Frank will dig in. 8 runs on 6 hits for Malcolm, 4 runs on 8 hits for Pender. Frank reached on an intentional walk his first time up and then struck out to end a 12-batter first inning.
And Frank's a guy you love at the plate in this situation. A lot of experience, a quality player, good guy at the plate there, the number 3 hitter, productive batter. So chance here again to build that lead back up.
Runner goes. Throw down to second will not be in time. Runner will come home and score. Great base running by Malcolm to get a run. They manufacture their 9th.
Yeah, that's the risk of trying to. That's why you run first to second with a runner at third. You put the pressure on the catcher. If he's going to throw, you better make a darn good throw, and that allows the runner to come in from third. If that throw was a little high to second base, they just didn't have enough to make a play, and now intentional walk to Frank.
So, boy, that error ends up being incredibly costly because Duzick scores and gives Malcolm a 5-run lead. So now you've got Frank at first, Meyer at second, and Justin Wisniewski, who is 1 for 2. He doubled and scored back in the second. Breaking ball up high, 1-0. Meyer feigned like he was going to go to third, trots back to second instead. Meyer's pitch count now up to 83. Popped up. This is foul territory, playable first base side. Underneath it and making the play. Good throw to third to hold the runners. Nice job by Welsh, who had to move in from right field on the defensive shift earlier in the game for out number 2.
In a game where there have been some sloppy plays from time to time, and maybe some questionable throws. That was a great throw, and kept any advancement from happening from second to third. So we'll see if that pays dividends.
There's Gavin Little. He's singled twice, driven in 3, and scored once.
No, got him picked
they've
off.
got him in a rundown between second and third. They caught Duzick napping. Won't be able to get the tag yet. Back and forth we go. And they get the tag there. Caught him in a rundown to end the inning, but not before Malcolm gets another one. 9-4, Malcolm extends their lead. You're watching the C Senior State Championship on News Channel Nebraska.
My name is Ann Zimmerman. I'm an occupational therapist, and I've been working at Faith Health for over 20 years. My work as an occupational therapist really works with patients to figure out what their goals are, to be able to maybe do something they weren't able to do due to a diagnosis or an illness or an injury. Being able to listen to them and really hear what they have to say, finding out their story, because everyone has a story. And so it's really a pleasure and a blessing to be able to work with my patients here. Having Faith Health with the amount of specialties really does make a huge difference. The fact that we don't have to travel to Omaha, in fact, that was the case with my husband's shoulder surgery. We didn't have to go to Omaha, that was an option, but we could stay here to do it. When I think of Faith Health, the first thing that comes to mind is the spiritual aspect. That's always been a part of it. That was very important to me when I first started 20 years ago, still is very important. Faith is just an integral part of our whole hospital system. Compassion and a place of growth is what Faith Health means to me.
Tate Welsh will lead things off for Pender as we start the fourth inning in what has been an adventurous game already. 7 runs for Malcolm in the first. Since then, Pender has outscored them 4-2, but they've still got a mountain to climb. Welsh, an RBI single his last time up, hoping to get back on base again. Still facing Malcolm's starting pitcher, who's done a nice job, Mason Ziegler, although gave up 3 in the last inning.
You can have a few mistakes when you have the big lead. You just don't want the giant inning like we saw in the first inning. And 9-4 in favor right now of Malcolm, but 8-6, Pender has out-hit Malcolm to this point.
1 ball, 1 strike to Welsh, the opposing hitter now in relief. In foul territory, playable, first base side, over the shoulder. That's a tough play. Little couldn't catch up to it, so Welsh stays alive. Just a long strike, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to Welsh.
That was a nice play by Coach Soderberg. I think he needs to hustle a little bit more.
Yeah, you'd like to see a little bit more pep in that staff. It's almost like they've already played a game today or something.
Yeah.
The 1-2. Up high, 2-2. Now the count. Went down and got that one. That's a base hit left field. The number 9 hitter, 2 for 2 for Pender. Welsh is aboard to lead off the 4th.
Well, you take that. The production out of that bottom part of the order. As you said, Welsh, that's his second hit of the ball game. And we're just we're kind of joking with about Coach Soderberg. One thing he was telling me before the game is the legend Paul Easton is here, and he's watching the ball game. We were going to try to interview him and talk to him. I couldn't find him before the ball game, but how about 18 state championships? That's a few.
Probably the best ever, if not certainly among them. This one hit well into center, but playable. Catch made by Duzick in center for the first out. That's Jake Schuster flying out center field for the second straight at bat.
Yeah, that Coach Soderberg was telling me that he and Coach Schuster both played for Coach Easton.
Wow.
and he was saying that he has to change up his signals because Coach Schuster knows them. So you got to change it up here in this ball game. But Coach Schuster a little bit older than Coach Soderberg, but both disciples of the great Paul Easton. And no question why they're both here, right? I mean, they come from great lineage.
Had a brief chat with Coach Easton before the game. He looks like he could still coach.
Yeah.
He's in his Wakefield gear, by the way. He looks like he just came from coaching somewhere. That's lined into center field, a base hit. Trevor Trimble is aboard. Welsh turning hard. He will slide into third safely. Runners at the corners for Pender. With 1 out, Trevor Trimble now 2 for 3.
Another solid shot. They've been putting him right in that same spot.
Yeah.
And a great job by Welsh just to run hard, get to third. Good base running, hustle over there. Now you got a great opportunity to score with a runner at third and 1 out.
Here's Owen Kneifel. He's 1 for 2, popped out to center his last time up. Takes a strike on the outside edge. Kneifel has made some really nice plays behind the dish defensively tonight. You know your catcher's putting in work when the jersey is that dirty. He is covered in clay.
Not only is it dirty on the front, it's dirty on the back. So he's been rolling around out there.
That sound you hear is his mother sighing as she orders more detergent online. Big cut at a breaking ball. No contact, though. 0-2.
I might need a little spray and wash with that. That uniform tonight.
You might just need a new uniform,
yeah,
honestly. 0-2, runners at the corners, one away. Went down and got that one into foul territory. Good hustle. Can't get there, though. Boy, that was a great effort by Kuchera to get over there. Kneifel stays alive.
Yeah, both these catchers are threats defensively.
Yeah,
they make
really
plays.
are.
They get off the crouch very quickly and get to balls. They make plays. They're both really good catchers here, and they're standing right next to each other at the plate.
Pender, 10 base hits in this game. But if you're a post-55 fan, you'd like more runs to show for those 10 base hits. An opportunity here. Another base hit. That's going to bloop down into right field. A run will score. It is 9-5. Throw to third. Tag doesn't get down. Kneifel into second. Runners at second and third. And Pender trying to come back.
Yeah, Pender's really in a groove right now. They're teeing off. We'll see how much longer Zager stays out there for Malcolm, because it looks like Pender's kind of got him pegged right now, and they're making a lot of those hits right over there into that right center field area. And what a great opportunity here. You mentioned, we both mentioned they've out-hit Malcolm, but it's all about scoring runs. Now you got a chance to put a couple more.
Roth aggressive down the left field line. This could get two in. Nice play by the left fielder Meyer to hold the runner at third, but first pitch swinging Alex Roth his second single, and it's 9-6.
Another single, another RBI, and boy, if you thought it was over after one, and we warned you, Pender can score runs. It's a good team, and a team thinking state championship, and if they get the win here tonight, they'll have the state championship, and they are doing everything right now that they need to do to come back and win this thing.
Coach Soderberg out to the mound. Zeger's up to 80 pitches. With one out, looks like they're going to stick with him, just try to get out of this inning. But you've got Ryan Linkus up. He has singled twice today. Ended up being thrown out in the third, had an RBI single later, scored last inning. So you've got runners at the corners, still just one out. And Pender down 7-0 at one point, trying to get a huge comeback going. Well, they have shown some heart here this evening.
Yeah, this is a good team.
Caught the edge. Boy, Zeger has really painted that outside edge of the strike zone tonight.
And no matter what happens, no matter how this game ends up, you got to be impressed with the way Pender has battled back.
Absolutely.
It would be easy to go, well, we got tomorrow. They want to win it tonight.
Squaring to bunt on the 0-1, pulls back. That's a strike. Throw down to first, not in time. Linkus not offering, and now down 0-2. Lifted in the air to center. Duzick coming in, will make the catch. They will hold the runner at third, too shallow to come home. So a great play defensively to keep the run in. 2 outs for Pender.
I just popped him up, got underneath it. Linkus was very disappointed in that at bat. He kind of slammed his bat down. Had the opportunity to score. Good throw there to prevent that from happening.
Now here's Braylon Wagner. He has singled and walked, scored and driven in a run. Swings first pitch, hit hard into center. Duzick giving chase, backpedaling, makes the catch. Boy, he's been busy. Gets the third out. And Pender strands 2 big runs, but they get 2 back. It's 9-6 as we head to the bottom of the 4th on News Channel Nebraska.
Some days, running an operation feels like flying blind. Weather shifts, markets move, equipment breaks down, and plans change. You can't control every challenge, but you can have a plan. At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we help chart a steady course. With lending built for real life, we give you the runway to keep going through every season. Local lenders, real relationships, and financing built around the way you work, supporting your operation in every stage. Elkhorn Valley Bank, there is a difference. Member FDIC.
It's not just about the shoe. It's about your fit.
What sets Fleet Feet aside from everything else that we've experienced is my girls being runners. They have very different needs. And so that technology with the scanning and the personal touches is just unmatched. I met Lori almost 16 years ago, and when I saw Lori open this, I knew there was no other place that I wanted to go to have someone help me with my footwear and everything else involved with running. Fleet Feet doesn't just fit your shoes, they fit your life.
Fleet Feet Lincoln. Find your fit today.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of pain, not just the symptoms. Schaefer's, we're more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Gorgeous night in Thurston County, Nebraska. Alongside Lou Seifker, I'm Eric McKay. Glad you could join us here for this Class C Junior State Championship. It was at the last game of the tournament. If the score holds, it will not be. Malcolm opened up a 7-0 lead. Since then, though, Pender has outscored them 6-2. And as we start the home half of the 4th, it's 9-6. Malcolm's lead trimmed to 3.
Good shot by a crew with that sunset. Are you a sunset guy or a sunrise guy?
I am a sunrise guy. I find it's more peaceful and quiet in the morning. And as I get older, I appreciate the peace and quiet.
I can identify with that, yeah.
1-1. What about you? Sunrise or sunset? In Nebraska, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, exactly right. I used to be a sunset guy. I think I'm a little bit more of a sunrise guy now.
I mean, here's the thing. Sunrise for me is like lunchtime. Yeah, I'm in the office at 4:30 every morning. So.
Is that legal now? I mean, don't you have don't you have a union that says no, you can't do?
Oh boy, in this industry, Lou, I've got bad news for you. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gavin Little, who has been productive. He's driven in 3. Slow roller to short. Perfect throw in time for the outs.
That's a nice job there by Schuster. Come up, not only did he just come up and make a sure play there, but don't hurry the throw. You don't have to hurry the throw. Make a nice solid throw to first, and what basically a routine play. But sometimes, especially in games like this, we've seen it. If a few throws or plays that these teams make routinely aren't being made. But that's a great job there by Schuster to get the sure first out.
Here's Chase Smith. He popped out on a bunt his last time up. On a great play by the third baseman, hit by a pitch and scored in the first inning. Takes one out of the zone up high, 2-0. Boy, if you're Pender, you're Tate Welsh, if you can get out of this inning with little damage, you could get another inning worth of work. Even that win or lose would be beneficial, I think, for Pender going forward. Pitch count for Welsh now up to 92. Good pitch, strike at the knees, outside corner, 3-1. Another strike. So full count now to Smith, the Malcolm shortstop. Foul tip, Smith stays alive. Reminder, our baseball coverage tonight brought to you in part by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. Payoff pitch. Hit well into left, but getting a beat on it and making the play is Trimble for out number 2. We have not had a 1-2-3 inning for anybody tonight.
No. Yeah, the first inning for Pender was 4 batters, right?
Yep.
So yeah, that's a rarity here we may be looking at. I give credit for Welsh.
Yeah.
Coming back in the count there and then getting out. So now 2 down. And boy, Pender looks dangerous right now if they can get out of this.
Sure do.
1, 2, 3. I think you said 8 hits the last 2 innings for Pender. Is that right?
That is true. Wow. Here's Mason Ziegler. Here we go, kid. Here we go. He walked and scored in the first. Walked in a run. As an RBI to his credit. Grounded out to second in the second inning. It's a strike 2-1. The count pitcher on pitcher.
Ziegler, you'd love to get something going here offensively.
Anything to get on base. That is the 100th pitch for Welsh. So
between 2 games.
Between 2 games, but he's reaching the ceiling of what he will be allowed to throw tonight.
I'm looking for Mr. White, yo.
Into right field. There to make the play is Brewer, and that ends the 4th inning. How about that? No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left out. We got a 1-2-3 inning, and we head to the 5th, 9-6. Malcolm with the lead in the Class C Senior State Championship on News Channel Nebraska.
If you love live sports, you'll love News Channel Nebraska. Live sports from every region of the state. Football, volleyball, basketball, baseball, soccer, bowling, and even 6-man football. If Nebraska kids play it, we air it. Small town high schools with big hometown pride. Support local kids, support local schools, support Nebraska. Watch NCN Sports every week.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
Bottom of the order up for Pender as we start the 5th inning. It is still Ziegler on the mound for Malcolm. 6 runs on 12 hits for Pender. They've scored those 6 runs over the last 3 innings after giving up 7 in the first. Xander Welch will lead off. He's 0 for 2, but he's reached base both times on fielder's choices. He's been stranded at third both times.
Yeah, Pender is. They could be much closer even. They're maybe ahead. They've really hit the ball well. It just feels like Pender is the stronger team at this stage of the game.
Strike on the edge, 0-1. It'll be Welsh, then Lakota Whiteface Russman, Tate Welsh, due up here in the 5th inning. Into center field, that's a base hit. Boy, Pender is squaring up on everything right now. It's a leadoff single for Xander Welsh, his first of the game.
Yeah, they have done a great job digging themselves out of that 7-0 hole. Still down 3 runs, but like I said, you know, if you just walked in and you didn't look at the scoreboard and you watched the last couple of innings, you figured that Pender was the one that was ahead.
So now Coach Schuster giving instructions to Lakota Whiteface Russman before he digs in. What kind of instructions you give the DH? Just hit it hard, right? Fine contact. He struck out twice today, both times looking. Takes high, 1-0.
Like Dakota Whiteface Russman, I think if I'm the coach, I just pull him over there and I say, yeah, I heard their dugout. They said you're a sissy.
Hey, you see that car in right field? The guy who drives it doesn't like you. Smashes windshield. Oh, he squares to bunt,
nice.
Gets one down the third base side. That'll get the runner over. How about that?
Nice.
Well done. The sack bunt by the DH gets a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, we've been joking about him being a swing for the fences guy. That was a perfect bunt.
Really
Great
was.
job. And I mean, as this game grows later here, you still have 3 innings to work with.
Yep.
But any way you can score runs and get back in this. Sometimes you ask your DH to bunt, and he did a great job there to move the runner over.
Now here's Tate Welsh, the number 9 hitter, 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run. That one just catches the edge, 0-1. Pender has gone unbeaten through this tournament, including a victory over Malcolm on Monday, the first in 5 years. Malcolm has won 4 straight senior state championships in Class C. Pender trying to end that run.
And Malcolm has been a dynasty.
Yeah.
And not only the seniors, but the juniors as well.
Right back to the pitcher. Ziegler looks off the runner at second for out number 2 on the throw to first.
Again, excellent play there. Ziegler looks over, keeps the runner at second, and spins and makes a sure throw to first. Excellent play. Good job by the pitcher, Ziegler, to field his position.
Well, if Malcolm can get out of this inning without a run scoring, and with Ziegler still only at 91 pitches, boy, that would be huge. But it's the top of the order now. Jake Schuster, who is 1 for 3. He had a single in the first, has flown out to center field in each at-bat since. Breaking ball falls in for a strike. The 0-1. In the dirt, runner will hold. They'll throw down to second. Ooh. That one gets away, but not enough. Dangerous throw there.
I think looking over there at the bench, I think Coach Soderberg was telling him, no, we don't need that.
I'm sure she's available.
No real chance to make. You'd have to make a perfect throw to get a play there, and you saw what could happen, and that ball, skitters into center field, and then now you have a runner at third.
As it is, Welsh still at second. Schuster, the 1-1. Lined into right center, a base hit. Welsh around third, he will score. It's an RBI single. Pender is within 2.
What a great job. This Pender team, I don't care how much they're down. They're coming back. Schuster with another. Boy, the groundskeeper out there in that right field, center field area, they're going to have to do some work because it seems like every ball goes out that way, which is...
Lou, here's the crazy thing. Pender has 14 base hits. They're all singles.
Wow.
In a couple of situations, they've had the runner advance to second on the throw. All singles. They have just sprayed balls throughout this and done enough to chip away at this lead, and now they are back within 2, and it looks like we're going to get a new pitcher to try to end this 5th inning. So Ziegler's night ends after 4 2/3. We'll take a break, come back, get you set with a new pitcher. Pender's within 2. You're watching the state championship on News Channel Nebraska.
Whether we're talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you got to check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you've got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've added a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street in Beatrice.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The yellow jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people, we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Good turnout once again. You talked about this with Coach Soderberg earlier. The entire town of Pender, it feels like, is here. And they're trying to cheer their team on to a comeback. New pitcher for Malcolm, a new pitcher for this tournament. Carson Frank now taking the mound. He had been at third. I believe Ziegler moved over to third, so it's just a position flip. Ziegler done after 5 2/3, 7 runs, 7 earned. He did have a couple of strikeouts, but Pender just spraying single after single here at Dave Nitschke Field.
There you
trying
are.
to do the namesake proud. Hi, everybody. Hi. Let us out. We're stuck in here.
I've been behind bars many times.
Here in the chicken coop alongside Lou Siefker. I say that jokingly. This is a beautiful facility.
Awesome.
They have done a lot of really nice work here post 55. This is a great, great facility. And Pender trying to do the hometown proud with an improbable comeback. Gave up 7 runs in the first inning. It's been all Pender for the most part since. And now Carson Frank will try to keep this game going for Malcolm in relief. 2 outs, runner on first. It's the number 2 hitter, Trevor Trimble. He has singled twice. He's also scored twice, 2 for 3 today. He's got a runner at first with 2 outs.
You told me all these people were here to see me. I thought.
Sure. Well, of course they are.
Guess they're here to watch a baseball game, whatever.
That one misses 2-0, the count to Trimble.
Yeah, what a great opportunity here for Pender. With there's 2 outs, but I mean, the momentum is really swung Pender's way the last few innings.
Swung late at that one, couldn't catch up to it, fouled straight back for the first strike. Trevor Trimble, one of those names that if you follow Pender Athletics, you hear a lot over a lot of sports. Very talented young man. Up high, 3-1. Boy, who would have thought this would be the position we would be in after that first inning? And yet here we are. Pender's done what they needed to do. Still work to do. That caught the edge, full count.
Yeah, 7-0 after 1 in favor of Malcolm. 7-2 since then.
Yeah.
For Pender. So, but still work to do. Down 2 runs.
Starting to run out of innings. Only 2 left after this one. Up high. It's a 2-out walk. Trimble draws the walk. Runners at first and second for Owen Kneifel.
Again, just I think a great opportunity here. Nobody expects you to come back and win after you're down 7-0 to a great program like Malcolm. 2-1. There's still, like we said, 2 outs in this inning, but the way this team is putting the ball in play and finding, especially that center first, or rather right field, center field gap, they've just been routinely putting balls out there.
There's Owen Kneifel, 2 for 3 with an RBI. Takes outside, ball 1. Outside, 2-0. Heart of the order now for Pender. It's Kneifel getting a good hitter's count.
That's where you want to be patient here. Frank coming in a little cold.
Back up the middle. Fielded cleanly, stepping on the bag at second to end the inning, but not before Pender gets another one. It's 9-7. Malcolm with the lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Hey, folks, tonight's game brought to you in part by RMV Construction. If you have a construction project that needs to be built, RMV Construction, the company you need to call. Here's why. Check out that facility, huh? Boy, that looks nice on a night like tonight. The Aquatic Center out there in Bertrand, Nebraska. So for this project, RMV Construction partnered with local leaders, transformed a vision into a vibrant community stable. That's in Bertrand, folks. RMV is passionate about delivering aquatic centers, or maybe sports complexes, parks, recreational facilities to serve people of all ages for generations to come. You can call RMV Construction, create a space your community will be proud of. Like the fine folks in Bertrand are RMV Construction. They've got offices in Lincoln and Kearney. Trusted, local, proven.
I thought that was your backyard.
Well, not quite. I don't have the lily pads in there.
Yeah,
but,
that's
the Olympic size. You know, I got to get my laps in. Lou, how's your cannonball form?
Yeah, you know, I swim a lot like an anchor, so I tend to avoid those things as much as possible.
Boy, that was a big out there that Frank just got for Malcolm. Keeps the lead, and now Malcolm still with the lead. But boy, they're to a point now where they'd really like maybe some insurance, get another run or two across because Pender just keeps chipping away.
Pender has been on fire since that first inning. And, I think for Malcolm to win this thing, they need to score more runs. I think if Malcolm doesn't score again the rest of the game, that Pender will win this one.
Let's see if Malcolm can change that. It is Preston Kuchera to lead off the home half of the 5th inning. Takes a breaking ball in there for a strike. It is still Tate Welsh out there, probably for the last inning. That one misses high, 1-1. Kuchera singled twice in the first inning.
It's just
For
really
that huge
wobbly,
first
I
inning.
fell off of it.
Or rather, singled once, I should say. Advanced on a single. He's 1 for 2 today. He did score back in the first. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I think Pender's mindset has to be to pull out all the stops here. I think you're trying to win the championship right now, even though you're down 2 runs.
That's hit well into left field, but there to make the play is Trevor Trimble, out number 1.
It's so important for the pitchers, for Pender, whoever follows Welsh, is to continue to do that. I mean, you're not allowing necessarily hits, but you want your defense to make plays as opposed to trying to just work for only strikeouts.
And now looks like Pender is going to have to make a change. Pitch count up to 106 for Welsh. Boy, did he do the job, though, in relief. Gave up a couple of runs, but he came in with 2 outs in the first inning, down 7-0, and has held this lead. Helped his own cause as well with a couple of singles. He did a brilliant job, but it's going to be the rest of the bullpen that's going to have to finish this game. 9-7, Malcolm with the lead, another pitching change. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
My name is Ann Zimmerman. I'm an occupational therapist, and I've been working at Faith Health for over 20 years. My work as an occupational therapist really works with patients to figure out what their goals are, to be able to maybe do something they weren't able to do due to a diagnosis or an illness or an injury. Being able to listen to them and really hear what they have to say, finding out their story, because everyone has a story. And so it's really a pleasure and a blessing to be able to work with my patients here. Having Faith Health with the amount of specialties really does make a huge difference. The fact that we don't have to travel to Omaha, in fact, that was the case with my husband's shoulder surgery. We didn't have to go to Omaha, that was an option, but we could stay here to do it. When I think of Faith Health, the first thing that comes to mind is the spiritual aspect. That's always been a part of it. That was very important to me when I first started 20 years ago, still is very important. Faith is just an integral part of our whole hospital system. Compassion and a place of growth is what Faith Health means to me.
Trevor Trimble taking the mound for Pender. His last time on the mound, he started the game against Hardington. Ended up being lifted after 2 innings. Hardington scored 6 runs. Only one of those was earned, though. Errors, mistakes on the base paths were the problem. Honestly, pitched pretty well. Did give up 7 hits over 2 innings, but that means he was finding the strike zone. They're going to need him to find the strike zone to finish this one off with at least an inning and 2/3 of work ahead of him.
I think the message to Trimble now is keep your team in the game. I mean, you're down 2 runs, but you've really dominated this game since that first inning, since a rather disastrous first inning. You've dominated this game, so it's key for, as I mentioned, whether it was Welsh who just got taken out or Trimble, it's, pitch to contact, allow your defense to make plays, keep your team in the game. The way the offense is hitting, you've got a chance to win this thing.
Here's Austin Sykes, 1 for 2, fouls this one on a play. Remember, he bunted for that single in the first inning that drove in a run, and then almost legged out a routine grounder to second, was a half step away, but thrown out. The 0-2. Forcing Sykes to duck underneath it. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the number 9 hitter. Just missed up high, but it's not a huge strike zone on Sykes.
Tough to pitch to the littler guys, right?
Looks kind of like Tony Phillips, remember him?
Yeah.
Doesn't quite have that weird crouch stance. Oh, called strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. Great pitch by Trimble to set Sykes down looking.
Yeah, froze him.
So 2 outs. Pender trying to get their second straight 1-2-3 inning. It's top of the order, Nolan Duzick. He's walked twice, reached on an error. Has an RBI, 2 runs scored. But he's got nobody on and 2 outs here in the home half of the 5th. That one misses low. 2-0 to the leadoff man. Bricks and Meyer on deck should Duzek reach here. That one is lined, but caught at second base. The second straight 1-2-3 inning for Pender. Can they find the offense? 9-7 Malcolm's lead trimmed to 2. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Building significant projects while strengthening communities and developing relationships.
Bold, we embrace challenging projects with confidence and expertise.
Unique, we listen and adapt to our customers' needs to fulfill their vision.
Innovative, we are leaders in technology and design.
Legacy, we do the impossible to build outstanding landmark projects. Dedication, we honor our commitment by using our team's talents.
Build with experience. Build with quality AGI Sentinel buildings. Build with Ashoff Construction in Osmond.
Behind every switch you flip, innovation is at work. NPPD is using advanced technology to generate and deliver the reliable energy you have come to expect. Like AI-driven platforms to optimize energy generation, drones for infrastructure inspection, advanced metering for faster outage detection, and helping advance carbon capture and sequestration technologies. It's not just electricity we are delivering, it's innovation. Powering the state, empowering your life. Nebraska Public Power District.
Pender has scored in every run but the first. They have strung together 14 singles, turning that into 7 runs. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay, the very definition of small ball.
Yeah.
This is like the Moneyball Oakland A's we're watching here, trying to come from behind and erase an early 7-run deficit and win a state championship.
I think the Coach Schuster saying, come on, somebody leg out a double, would you?
They have reached second on some throws, but it's been all officially singles. You've got Alex Roth, Ryan Linkus, Braylon Wegner due up. That's 4, 5, 6 in the Pender batting order to face off against Carson Frank.
Yeah, great opportunity here for Pender. We've been saying that. Pender just, the momentum is on their side. They've had the 2 good innings, 3 up, 3 down innings, and they're hitting the heck out of the ball.
Roth 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Had an RBI single his last time up in the 4th. Good fastball. Catches the strike zone, 1-1. Frank wasting no time, delivers low, 2-1. Frank on in relief of the starter Ziegler. 2-1 big cut, no contact, and 1 up in the zone. Roth down to his last strike.
Heat on that high fastball.
Slow roller to third, fielded cleanly, throw in time. Oh, nice job to stay on the bag by Little to get the out.
Yeah, heck of a play. Watch the defensive abilities there of Little. We can see it. Long throw from third. Just drag that foot across that bag. That's a great job. Get that out. All important first out.
Ryan Linkus digs in. He's 2 for 3. Flew out to center field his last time up. Was taken the whole way, 0-1. Has a run and an RBI to his credit today. Nobody on, 1 out. Up high, 1-1. Frank wastes no time in between pitches.
No, he works quick.
Slow roller to short, charging in. Smith the throw in time for out number 2. Boy, a 1-2-3 inning here would be huge for Malcolm.
Gigantic. Carson Frank doing a good job. And maybe that pace is bothering Pender a little bit because he's coming quick. 2 up, 2 down. It's the way Pender has exploded offensively. You're right, that would be incredibly helpful for Malcolm.
Braylon Wegner 1 for 2 with a walk, an RBI, and a run scored. He flew out to center his last time up to end the 4th inning. 1-0 finds the zone, 1-1. Inside. Wegner pivots away, 2-1. Xander Welsh on deck. That 7-8-9 part of the order for Pender has been very productive for them this evening. That one inside, 3-1. Xander Welsh, even Lakota Whiteface Russman, that sack bunt, his last time up, that ended up manufacturing a run. Swing and a miss. Pender down to their final strike of the 6th inning.
Might have to call Carson Frank, the fireman here. He's putting out a fire.
That one gets away from him, though, so a 2-out walk. Braylon Wegner aboard. So Xander Welsh at the plate representing the tying run. Welsh has been busy. He's reached on a couple of fielders' choices. Ended up singling and scoring in the 5th. Officially 1 for 3. Outside gets away from the catcher. That'll get Wegner down to second. Runner in scoring position now.
Yeah. Can he get a 2-out hit here? That will be key.
I've been impressed with Malcolm's outfield defensively. A lot of those singles off the bat look like they're going to be doubles, but they're doing a great job keeping the ball in front of them. And they've held runners on plays where it looked like they might score or advance.
Yeah, Pender's had some really good hits. You're right. I think this outfield has played very well. Get to the ball quickly and make good solid throws into the infield.
Outside there, 2-0. Good hitters count here for Welsh, who's gotten bad on ball each time he's been up. 3-0. The big DH, Whiteface Russman in the on-deck circle.
3-0, 2 outs. You going to watch this one or are you going to take?
He watches it catch just the edge of the strike zone, so 3-1.
Still have a good hitter's count.
What a wild game this has been, and to think we might have to do it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. Wow. Just like that, the count full. If Malcolm wins this game, that forces a decisive championship game tomorrow evening. If Pender can finish the comeback, this tournament is over. Outside, 2-out walk. Did not miss by much, but missed by enough. Welsh to first, runners at first and second for Lakota Whiteface Russman.
Wow. Our favorite player here, our DH, at the plate, representing the go-ahead run.
Well, Malcolm thought they had that one. Whiteface Rushman has struck out looking twice. A sack bunt his last time up. And now runners at first and second for Pender. The tying run is aboard as Coach Soderberg gets a visit to the mound. Is this a change or are we just chatting?
I think it's conversation. I don't think they're changing pitchers. We'll see. I think Frank's been a gamer. He's really he's really battled in there. He's done a good job. I think they're going to leave him out there.
You know, the great Jim Leland, Justin Verlander was once asked, when Jim Leland comes out and talks to you, what does he say? He says a lot of times he doesn't say anything. He just comes out to settle the game down, to slow the pace. He said sometimes Jim Leland would come out and just say, pretend I'm saying something to you. Not a few times. And Jim Leland wouldn't say anything. He would just come out, mutter some nonsense, walk back to the dugout. It would work every time.
I heard he asked for smokes.
Well, that's probably it. He's like, look, man, I'm fiending. Let's get this game over with. This is not a Jim Leland-friendly game here. Up and away to Lakota Whiteface Rushman. Tying run is aboard. In a game in which Pender is trailed by 7 twice. 7-0 and then 8-1 after 2. Check swing, caught the inside part of the plate. Nothing you could do with that pitch.
Yeah.
That was brilliantly thrown.
Yeah, that was in a place there you can't hit it. Can you hit that spot again? That's the question. But Whiteface Russman, just be patient and sometimes you have those pitches that they get you.
That one caught the strike zone as well, 1-2. Might have let a good one go by there.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. I think you got to be aggressive here. Obviously shorten up a little bit with 2 strikes and try to put this ball into play.
Swing and a miss, he got him. Pender strands 2. And it's still 9-7 Malcolm as we head to the bottom of the 6th. You're watching the Class C Senior Legion State Championship on News Channel Nebraska.
In Nebraska, agriculture is part of who we are. It feeds our families, supports our towns, and shapes our future. AFAN is helping farmers and ranchers grow stronger operations through livestock development programs at no cost to them. Because strong farms means strong communities. AFAN, supporting agriculture and strengthening communities across Nebraska.
Beatrice Community Hospital is proud to serve Beatrice and the surrounding area for over 100 years. We provide quality care with small-town hospitality. Our services include family medicine, OBGYNs, robotic surgery, diagnostic imaging, and more. We're excited to grow our services, including a new medical clinic building in the community of Wymore. We're proud to be a top 20 rural hospital. And thank you for trusting us to care for you and your family. Beatrice Community Hospital. Incredible care, incredibly close.
Held without a run for the first time since the first inning, and it came at a huge time. We're now in the home half of the 6th inning. Malcolm holding on to a 9-7 lead alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. Malcolm has not scored since the 3rd. Can they touch up Trevor Trimble and get some insurance here? It'll be 2, 3, 4 in the order. Brixton Meyer, Carson Frank, Justin Wisniewski for post 354. Well, that melts back over the plate. Beautiful breaking ball to start the inning.
You always know it's a good breaking ball when the batter starts to back away. Like when a good curveball looks like it's going to hit you and just breaks inside.
Strike at the knees. 2 really good pitches by Trimble to start the 6th. Myers 2 for 3, reached on an error. Has a run and an RBI to his credit. Fouls this one, first base side. That'll be out of play. Meyer ended the 3rd inning. He had gotten a second. He ended up getting caught in a rundown. Foul tip just caught enough to stay alive.
Yeah, you could hear it up here, but that was awfully close.
Still 0-2 the count. Trevor Trimble on in relief. 3rd pitcher Pender is used today. That's into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. On an 0-2 count, Meyer is aboard. Leadoff man on first for Malcolm. Meyer 3 for 4.
Yeah, Malcolm gets out of that last inning without Pender scoring. Now we'll see if Malcolm can put some runs on the board. They've only scored those 2 runs since that first inning.
So Carson Frank, who's now on in relief as the pitcher of record for Malcolm, can help his cause here. That was the first base runner that Malcolm has had since Carson Frank was intentionally walked in the 3rd inning. He's been intentionally walked twice today, takes a breaking ball for a strike. Also struck out in the 1st inning.
You're good when you get intentionally walked a couple of times.
Yeah.
Used to get intentionally struck out.
When your own manager comes out and just says, just set him back down. You don't even bother throwing.
Yeah. That's 3 strikes. What? I haven't even swung a bat yet. No, you're going to strike out.
Frank down to his last strike after that foul. Leadoff man aboard. There you see him. Rickson Meyer. A check from Trimble. A throw to first. Back in safely. Pender, you can kind of see the logo on those hats. I'm told that's a dredge possum. They've chosen the opossum as their mascot. And not just any opossum. He's wearing overalls, as this one's popped up into shallow right, charging in and making the play is the right fielder Jaden Browning for out number 1. But quite the logo that Pender has chosen to represent them. He's got a bowler's cap, overalls, and is carrying a bat with a letter P on it. It's a possum.
If you ever see one of those when you're out, just run the other way.
That's exactly. Especially if he's holding the bat.
Yeah.
One away. Meyer stays at first.
Dredge opossums are very dangerous with those bats.
Boy, Trimble is really working that breaking ball well. That falls in for a strike. 0-1 to Wisniewski. Wisniewski is 1 for 3. He has the lone extra base hit today, a double, to lead off the second. Caught the edge, 0-2.
Trimble's dealing out there. He's
really
some really good pitches.
Like we said, that Hartington game, he was throwing strikes. The fielders were not helping him behind him. Ended up with 5 unearned runs. That's into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Meyer rounding second. He is sliding into third. Wisniewski into second. Malcolm in business. Runners at second and third with 1 out.
That's a good job there. Nice solid shot over the third baseman's head and sets your team up with 1 out with runners at scoring position. So Malcolm, I mean, it really looked, and it still could be a Pender comeback, but Pender really dominating since that first inning.
And now they're not even going to throw to Gavin Little. He's already driven in 3 runs today.
Yeah.
They're going to give him first base on the intentional walk. So runners on every base to just 1 out for Chase Smith.
That's a smart move. Number 1, Little has been hot. Number 2, it allows you at least an opportunity at a double play.
Smith is 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch and eventually scored in that 7-run first. He's got the bases loaded with just 1 out. In there for a strike. Malcolm showing that patience again. It has paid off for them in this inning. Trimble's 0-1 is lifted to left. Lost it. He has no idea where that ball is. It goes over his head to the track. This is going to score 3.
Maybe 4.
Easily. Wow. Malcolm adds to their lead.
What an unfortunate play there. I mean, that's happened. That's happened to me before. And I've seen it happen to some really good players. You just lost it in the lights there. Couldn't find it.
And that's a new left fielder because Trimble was in left. They had to move Jaden Browning over to left. He lost that ball. 3 runs are in.
Wow.
Chase Smith drives in 3. Now it's 12-7. Malcolm extending their lead.
That's a huge play.
That's a strike on the edge, 1-1 to Ziegler. Mason Ziegler now checking in. Ziegler has walked, grounded out, and lined out. Officially 0 for 2. Low and away, 2-1. The runner at third is Chase Smith. Foul tipped into the glove, 2-2. Boy, with the Pender fans, you can just sense the deflation after that play.
Well, it just felt like Pender was going to come back and get this thing, and then unfortunate play there and a strikeout looking.
And that'll end the inning. Or, sorry, that's the second out. My apologies. Mason Ziegler called down on strikes, but Preston Kuchera up. He is 1 for 3 today with an RBI and a run scored. Lined out to left his last time up. But boy, and now, for Pender, you've only got a half an inning now. You've got to find 5 runs at least at this point.
Yeah, you got to have a huge inning to come back and win this thing now.
Otherwise, we're back here tomorrow night. That game, first pitch scheduled for 5 p.m. We would have that game for you right here on News Channel Nebraska.
Kuchera trying to bring in Smith from third base here to make that an even harder proposition.
Did not chase outside 1-0. Malcolm, I think the biggest thing, taking advantage of the opportunities, 12 runs to 7 runs, but with 7 fewer hits.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, they've had some walks, they've had some errors that have helped, but it's 3 errors either side. The 1-1. That gets away from the catcher.
Score.
Coming home, sliding and in is Chase Smith.
Well, certainly some errors here in this inning have absolutely taken Pender, Pender, I mean, it would take a heck of an effort. Now, they can do it. This is a team that can certainly do it, but instead of it being a couple runs or 1 or 2 runs, it's now 6.
Two and 1, the count to Kuchera. Base is empty. That one trickles inside. 3-1, the count now to Kuchera, and here comes Coach Schuster. You can sense maybe a little frustration on the part of Trimble.
Well, whatever happens, the good news is if you're Pender and you don't come back, you still have a game tomorrow. You have a chance to win the state championship. So it's not over. This game's not over, but it's it's going to take a heck of an effort to come back and win it. But I think you got to tell your guys to keep their heads up and keep battling. You never know. It's a team that with the way they've hit the baseball. I mean, you could have a big inning. I mean, Malcolm had 7 in the first inning. You could still do it. So don't give up on this one yet.
And it looks like they kept Trimble on a hard pitch count. That was pitch number 30, and they immediately set him down. I think the idea is if they need him tomorrow, then they'll bring him in. So the new pitcher for Pender is now Alex Roth. He'll be the 4th one that they have used tonight. Well, you just felt like, Malcolm, their offense had been so quiet the last couple of days that they were due a game like this. They have come through in a big way with 13 runs and are now half inning away from forcing a deciding game tomorrow evening.
Yeah, I think both these teams were pretty good offensively. As we mentioned earlier, I think the big thing is the ability of that outfield for Malcolm to hold a lot of singles to singles. Not allowing doubles, not allowing those extra base hits. And that's, I don't know how many bases you take away on that, but it certainly has altered this game.
So it's still the number 9 hitter. He's got a 3-1 count. Boy, what feels like we've played about 3 different games here.
I know.
That marathon first inning where Malcolm played at 7, and then Pender just chipping away and chipping away. And by the way, how big were those runs that Malcolm was able to get in the 2nd and the 3rd? Didn't seem all that big at the time, but that kept them at arm's length and got them here to this bottom of the 6th where they've scored 4 more, now up 6 runs.
And Pender just got to get out of this inning now and give yourself an opportunity. You can't give up any more runs. It's already going to be a mountain to climb down 6.
Kuchera takes a walk. He had a 3-1 count, so he'll head down to first. And it's Austin Sykes up once again. Looks like we're going to get a courtesy runner over at first. for Malcolm. That is Kenton McGill.
One thing I never had to do was pinch run.
No?
They saw me run. They said no. Maybe when we were way ahead, they would put me out there to pinch run.
When there was an intentional walk, they would have you do the walking. Pinch hitter here for Malcolm. This is Isaiah Baeza. On for Sykes. Takes low and away, 1-0.
Here we go, Al, get a ground ball.
In the dirt, 2-0.
Well, I think if you're Pender, assuming you don't come back and win this thing, the conversation is going to be not allowing the big innings.
Yeah.
Because you really, the middle innings between the first inning and this inning, it was really all Pender.
Yeah, really was.
They dominated it. But now 11 runs in these in the first between the first inning and here in the sixth has been very costly, obviously.
Yeah, 7-2 over the second through fifth innings, but Baeza draws a 4-pitch walk, and it's back to the top of the order. Nolan Duzick. If he's able to get aboard, this will be the second inning where Malcolm has bat around as well. After that 7-run first inning. Duzick lined out his last time up. He is 0 for 2 with a couple of walks, reached on an error in the third. Outside 1-0. Roth just needs to find the strike zone here. There's one in there, 1-1. There you can kind of see that Pender logo, by the way, on the fence. Get a good look at it. That is quite the logo.
That is unique. I'll give him that.
Up and away, 2-1.
What is with baseball? A lot of the minor leagues have these crazy mascots and team names. And
what's your favorite one? I'm partial to the Montgomery biscuits.
Yeah, well.
Just have a buttered biscuit. This one gets away from the catcher, gets the runners to second and third on the wild pitch. Got the Savannah Sand Gnats.
Yeah, there you go. That was one that popped in my head. Trying to think of some of the more crazy ones that I've run across.
That's into left field, a base hit. This is going to score 2 more.
Wow. Yeah, this one's...
McGill is in, the throw home not in time. 2 more for Malcolm. It's 15-7. And that walks it off. The run rule win for Malcolm as they win it 15-7. And the 4-time defending champs are still alive. What a game for Malcolm. They get the 8-run win, and they will try it again tomorrow evening.
Words of the great Jack Buck. We'll see you tomorrow night.
That we will. But first, we'll see you for top plays coming up next. 15-7, Malcolm gets the win. You're watching the Senior State Championship on News Channel Nebraska.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people, we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
When quality matters, it starts at Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine. They're known for the highest quality beef, carefully aged to perfection, alongside fresh, vibrant produce, and a deli famous for fresh, never frozen fried chicken. It's quality you can see. Home of Scotty's Meat RX. Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine, Nebraska. A better cut every time.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Bank of the Valley. Together we go further. Visit one of their locations or check them out online at bankofthevalley.com. And by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today.
Washington needs Nebraska common sense more than ever. That's why Pete Ricketts is taking on both parties to ban congressional insider trading. Ricketts introduced the law to stop corrupt politicians from gaming the system and lining their own pockets. Career politicians hate it. Washington insiders want to kill it. But Ricketts will never stop fighting for what's right. Call Pete Ricketts. Thank him for fighting to stop insider trading and keep standing for Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by The Carpet Shop in Norfolk, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by Scotty's Ranchland Foods, Highway 20 in Valentine, Nebraska.
I had gotten into a skateboarding accident and had gotten some treatment down where I'm from in Omaha. And after surgery that had failed, I was recommended to this hospital, this place, and Dr. Mike, because I was told that this was a very rare type of injury and not a procedure that happens very often. He had harvested some bone from my knee and had applied it to my scaphoid. Everybody here has been very helpful. They've brought me a long way from where I was at, which was not being able to move my hand as much as I can now. They were just very attentive, and it felt nice to know that they were there if I needed something. I'd say just make the trip out and come experience it for yourself. And once you come to experience this place, I think you'll agree that it's a good place.
Behind every switch you flip, innovation is at work. NPPD is using advanced technology to generate and deliver the reliable energy you have come to expect. Like AI-driven platforms to optimize energy generation, drones for infrastructure inspection, advanced metering for faster outage detection, and helping advance carbon capture and sequestration technologies. It's not just electricity we are delivering, it's innovation. Powering the state, empowering your life. Nebraska Public Power District.
I'm Pete Ricketts, and I approve this message.
Dan Osborne says he's one of us.
But his campaign is about enriching himself.
Osborne and his wife funneled campaign money into shady companies they control.
Nearly $500,000
right into Osborne's pockets.
Some of that money was raised with Dana Chasen,
a man accused of trafficking girls for Jeffrey Epstein.
Dan Osborne is going to change Washington? Give me a break. Dan Osborne's just in it for himself.
For himself.
Osborne's just in it for himself.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of pain, not just the symptoms. Schaefer's, we're more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, lawn and garden tractor, or gator, every piece of equipment in our inventory is ready to work hard for your operation. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything that is sold meets their quality standards. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or learn more at landmarkimp.com to experience the Landmark difference.
When you're running the bases of a busy day, let Speedy Mart at 13235 Grover Street in Omaha knock it out of the park. Start your morning with breakfast made with the real thing, fresh eggs. Step inside for tasty snacks, refreshing drinks, and friendly service that treats you like family. With a dynamic team full of energy and great chemistry, every stop feels like a win. Speedy Mart, where every visit is a home run.
I had gotten into a skateboarding accident and had gotten some treatment down where I'm from in Omaha. And after surgery that had failed, I was recommended to this hospital, this place, and Dr. Mike, because I was told that this was a very rare type of injury and not a procedure that happens very often. He had harvested some bone from my knee and had applied it to my scaphoid. Everybody here has been very helpful. They've brought me a long way from where I was at, which was not being able to move my hand as much as I can now. They're just very attentive, and it felt nice to know that they were there if I needed something. I'd say just make the trip out and come experience it for yourself. And once you come to experience this place, I think you'll agree that it's a good place.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Bank of the Valley. Together we go further. Visit one of their locations or check them out online at bankofthevalley.com. And by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today.
When quality matters, it starts at Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine. They're known for the highest quality beef, carefully aged to perfection, alongside fresh, vibrant produce, and a deli famous for fresh, never frozen fried chicken. It's quality you can see. Home of Scotty's Meat RX. Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine, Nebraska. A better cut every time.
NCN Sports is brought to you by The Carpet Shop in Norfolk, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by Scotty's Ranchland Foods, Highway 20 in Valentine, Nebraska.
Some days feel heavier than others. The stress, the worry, the feeling that no one understands. At Siouxland Mental Health Center, you don't have to face it alone. We're here for children, teens, adults, and families facing anxiety, depression, trauma, or crisis. Because asking for help isn't weakness, it's strength. Call Siouxland Mental Health Center in South Sioux City today at 402-412-4600 or visit SiouxlandMentalHealth.com. Strengthening minds, healing communities.
This is Nebraska. It's beautiful and vast, dotted with hardworking rural communities. And they are why News Channel Nebraska exists, to deliver quality, heartfelt news from the entire state of Nebraska. From Long Pine to Chadron and Nebraska City to Rushville. From the challenging stories to the joyful ones, you'll find news from across the state in every NCN broadcast. This is Nebraska, and Nebraska is home.
My name is. Some days running an operation feels like flying blind. Weather shifts, markets move, equipment breaks down, and plans change. You can't control every challenge, but you can have a plan. At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we help chart a steady course. With lending built for real life, we give you the runway to keep going through every season. Local lenders, real relationships, and financing built around the way you work, supporting your operation in every stage. Elkhorn Valley Bank, there is a difference. Member FDIC.
Well, Malcolm posts 354. Hello, they're in the state championship game again. They survived, though. They had to win today. They get the win 15-7. I'm joined now by head coach Tanner Soderberg. And, Coach, you got off to a great start. What was kind of the key? You always like to get a 7-0 lead after the first inning.
Yeah, our guys had really good at-bats. We knew the challenge coming in. Pender's a really good baseball team, and we knew they were going to throw an arm at us to beat us. They want to beat us in game one because game two is anyone's game now. So we knew we had to come ready for that. And I thought our guys had a heck of a job during BP getting ready, and that mindset was just where we needed it to be in that first inning. So that was nice to get off to an early lead.
It's nice to have a guy like Carson that comes in, Carson Frank that comes in relief and kind of holds serve a little bit.
Yeah, Carson has thrown 6 innings for us this summer, so he hasn't been a big-time pitcher for us. He throws really hard, has a good slider, and he's old. So if you have a guy who has played in, he's a 10-time state champion. So if you have that guy that you can bring in, that makes you feel pretty good as a baseball coach.
Just a real gamer out there. Now, that one thing that we noticed, Pender was hitting the heck out of the ball there for a while, but they were all singles. You guys did a great job in the outfield to hold those and keep them from being extra bases. What was kind of the key there?
You're right. Pender just hit the heck out of it. They had 15 hits, I think. And we normally don't give up that many hits. So it really tested our defense and tested not only our outfielders but our infielders as well, making sure that they were out there to cut baseballs and things like that. We gave them a few extra bases that we need to clean up going into tomorrow, but you're right. Like, our outfielders did a really good job of tracking down baseballs and being into the game.
Well, you survived this one. You found a way to win it, and now it's all the marbles tomorrow. What do you tell your team?
we are up against it. We are a little bit lower probably on pitching than Pender is, but those game twos in the state championship, you don't play in very many of those, so it comes down to a little grit and a little bit of want to. We played 37 games this summer, so we're ready for game 2, and we'll find somebody to throw it over that plate, and hopefully we can get more outs.
Well, that would sure be nice for Malcolm. You got a chance for another state championship. Congratulations on the win tonight. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, that's head coach Tanner Soderberg. Let's go with Chase Smith here. Chase, heck of a performance tonight. You had, I believe, you had 3 RBIs. You scored a run. How were you able to produce offensively so well tonight?
Just confidence, coming into the box just with right approach.
Was there any panic when you guys had that big lead, and then here comes Pender? They're down 5, they're down 4, they're down 2. What was the conversation there when Pender was making that comeback?
We knew we just needed to stay calm. We were confident. We knew they weren't gonna get 9. We were confident in us, and we also knew that we were gonna score more runs in the end. So.
Well, Malcolm, it seems like you guys win the state championship every year. Do you feel like now being able to win this game, it's kind of in your advantage right now with all the experience you guys have had in games like this?
Yeah, I think we have a lot more guys that are a lot more experienced than them, but they do have. I would say that they have a little bit better pitching as of right now. But I think the guy that we're going to throw tomorrow has been here enough that he's going to be able to stay calm, get it done.
You had the 3-run triple. How big of a play was that for you guys? That really kind of put the game away for you.
Yeah, that was huge. I felt like that was the just ending point for them. I felt like they just were heads dropped and kind of lost it.
Well, Chase, hey, congratulations on a big win. Championship game tomorrow. You guys ready?
Yep, we're ready.
All right, let's get Gavin in here. I think I gave Gavin. I think I gave him your stats. You had 3 RBIs and a run scored. What's your approach there? What allowed you to be so successful at the plate today?
Pretty much just stay confident to my best ability and trust that I can pass the bat to the next person. Don't overthink anything I do when I get to the box. Just it's me versus the guy pitching the ball. So trust myself, believe in myself, and just go out and do it.
Now, you've played Pender before. You played him in this tournament, and they got you. Now you got him back. It's kind of the rubber match. Where do you see an advantage for Malcolm tomorrow?
I see that they're going to end up pitching the same guy that came in, was not closing, but the guy before. So I think we can jump on him right away and just pass the bat again and just work with what we have and trust each other and just keep passing the bat to the next guy.
What would it mean for you guys to get another state championship? It seems like every year you guys are in this position. What would it mean to you to get another one?
It would mean the world to me. I mean, our high school season came short. We were projected to win it all again, but lost in a district final to St. Paul, and it's stuck with us and bugged us. So we're not going to go down in the same way. Not going to go down without giving it our all. Just playing with each other, trusting each and one of us, and trusting coaching.
Well, you guys have a young team. I mean, it almost it sounds funny to say when you're talking about Malcolm, but I mean, you guys are ahead of schedule a little bit. Do you feel like everybody's kind of grown up through the season?
I believe so. I think all of us have grown tremendously with each other and have made such an impact as a group of kids.
Well, Gavin, hey, congratulations. What a ball game. You guys are the players of the game, and see you tomorrow night.
See you tomorrow night.
Absolutely. State championship game tomorrow. Malcolm posts 354, gets the win 15-7 over Pender. Eric, let's go back to you.
All right, thank you, Lou. Yeah, 15-7 is the win. Yeah, got to get the field ready. Here's one more tomorrow night. But before we get to that, let's go back and look at the top plays in this one. Brought to you by Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, where there is a difference. Malcolm has won 4 straight state championships in Legion Baseball and Class C. But to do it this year, get number 5, they got to do it from the elimination bracket. Pender, unbeaten coming into Wednesday's game. It was the third game of a triple header because of a weather delay, and it was a wild one. Malcolm wasting no time at all in the first inning. Bases loaded with a 3-1 count. This bloop single misplayed. Nolan Duzick scores, and Malcolm strikes first as Brixon Meyer crosses the plate as well. Still first inning. And it's Mason Ziegler walking in a run with the bases loaded. Malcolm pouring it on early on as Carson Frank crosses the dish. Now 3-0. Post 354 with the lead. It's 5-0. It's still the first inning. And another bases loaded walk. This time Nolan Duzick walks it in. Malcolm goes around. They get 12 to the plate. In the first inning, they score 7 and have a 7-0 lead after 1. But Pender knows that there's a reason they play more than 1 inning. They start chipping away at it. This line drive into right field will score Pender's first run. They get 1 back. It is 7-1, second inning. Now in the third, Pender chipping away some more. This time Ryan Linkus bloops one into center field. This gets a couple of runs in. Pender now within 5 at 8-3. Still third inning. Slow roller to first gets away what could have been a double play. Instead, keeps the ending going. Xander Welch over to second. Extends the inning and Pender scores again. It's 8-4. Malcolm with a runner on second, able to get another one across. This would end up being kind of a big insurance moment for Malcolm as they would score again. It's now 9-4. But Pender coming back down 9-6. Now a line drive into center field. And Pender coming all the way back. They are within 2, 9-7. But Malcolm, they've been here before. This ball getting past the left fielder. It's a triple with the bases loaded off the bat of Chase Smith. That scores 3. Malcolm would end up walking it off with a huge 6th inning. As this one gets away, the pass ball, Malcolm would end up scoring 2 more. They get the win, 15-7, forcing a decisive game for the state championship tomorrow night. This one, the walk-off, the single that scores 2, and Malcolm, 15-7 over Pender. They get the win, and they'll look for the 5-peat tomorrow evening. Again, those top plays brought to you by Elkhorn Valley Bank. So there you go, 15-7, your final. Malcolm post 354 still alive. They'll try to get that win tomorrow. We will be here back at Dave Nitschke Field starting at 4:50. And then we've got other stuff coming up as well, including the beginning of the high school season before too long. But before all that, we've got one more game tomorrow right here on NCN. First pitch set for 5 p.m. Central Time. We'll see you there. Until then, from my broadcast partner, Lou Sievker, Connor Louie, Paul Hires in the truck, and the entire NCN sports crew, my name's Eric McKay, and you've been watching the Class C Senior Legion State Championships on News Channel Nebraska.
We now join regular programming on News Channel Nebraska.